Enjoy this yokai watch music I never heard before. I never played the what is it? The Y Jam, Y Heroes, whatever it is. That's a Sony game I did not play. Let me just get a few things into the live stream situated. Do not fall off my table. Oh, I love that whistle they sample. Am I just weird? Or is yokai watch music genuinely good? That whistle we sample. That was a good. Different song. I think it's something better just to end this up on. If I stick you up on here. Hold on, let's see. It's not that theme. I would like to compose great video game music one day. Let me just get the thumbnail for this live stream ready and we'll be situated. I just saw my Papyrus Night video. Someone commented no. Check out that video if you haven't. I'm proud. It's not anything crazy, but I'm proud of it. Again, nothing crazy. GNS Legends live. Let me rename that. Let me rename that to GNS Legend. Let's see here, GNS Legend. Reacting to Alex Bale series. And I have a thumbnail I got ready for this. Upload thumbnail. Upload. I should do that for a live stream. Maybe for the Yokai Watch anniversary. The Y Heroes. I never really played Y Heroes. I watched the movie based off of that. I didn't really care for it as a Yokai Watch fan. Nothing against it. Just it wasn't anything that. I don't know. I didn't like it. How long ago was that? That was like back in 2020. I was there. That was the first time I was really disappointed with the Yokai Watch movie. I'll listen to that. That's not bad. Who composes the music for Yokai Watch? I want to meet them. Okay, the thumbnail is added. The thumbnail I made 3 hours ago. Okay, I think we're good. Just gonna leave this music on. Maybe like 2 or 3 more seconds. I need to go on GNS Legend, make sure the audio is good. I don't know why, but when I recorded that live stream I did of me reacting to the Mario movie, I don't know why. That was just such a chill live stream. I loved it. Let's check the audio. Is audio working? I don't know why. That was just such a chill live stream. I loved it. It doesn't seem bad. It doesn't seem bad. Let me just close all these windows. Oh yeah, listen to that. Listen to those bells. I wonder if there's gonna be like a echoing issue. I pause there to see if there's gonna be an echo. There's a slight one. How many songs have we went through? I'm gonna skim through this OST. This is the only Yokai Watch game I have not played, the Y Heroes. Let me skip to a random song. Versus Mira. Don't know who that is. Because again, never played that game. Only Yokai Watch game I never played, despite the fact I'm a crazy fan. I don't think I had money for it. To buy off of Amazon. Because the prices on Amazon are crazy. Because it's a Japanese exclusive. Is audio good? Oh, I love that music. This is really good. Oh, this is my first time hearing this. I should have titled this video "First Time Reacting to Yokai Watch Music." Not ever, just specifically this game. I never heard music from this game. That's why I had it on because I always listen to the same songs. That's freaking amazing. I want more of that. I'm gonna sample that later. Oh, take me away. Okay, sorry. The live stream will start soon. I had a family member criticize me saying I take way too damn long to start my live stream. Which, if that's the case, then maybe you should skip to the good part in the description. Every live stream starts off interesting. And at least I have this really cool music. Again, I don't know if the audio is that good. At least I have this really cool music. Oh, it's nice. I love the way that's going. If I, plagiarized the Yokai Watch song, do you think anyone would notice? Oh, come on. Okay. I thought that was an ad. Also, sorry if you hear my noisy neighbors. I'm just checking with it. I'm checking. My thumbnails uploaded, which I'm kind of proud of. Nothing crazy, but I like it. I think it's charming. I think it's the point across that I'm watching all scale videos. I think it's the point across that I'm watching all scale videos. It does me from 5 seconds ago. Okay, now let me just. How do I want to do this? How do I want to frame this? Oh, that's good. I want it falling. I'll hold it up briefly. That's crazy colorful. I need to stand up on a clock. It slightly sounds like Big Shot from Beltran. Okay, maybe this is good. I'll listen to that. Oh, that's good. Is that camera angle good? I hope it doesn't fall. Even the quality's not that bad. Hold on, let me go a little bit to the side. Is that good? Okay, now I'm checking the camera angle mostly. Make that a little bit more to this side. Is that good? Move camera. We're 10 minutes into this. Oh, come on, it worked. Ah, let's see here. I feel like zoom in. I will admit, right now I do not have the best setup. It's a little kind of awkwardly close. Ah, I'm a little too much of a perfectionist when it comes to my cameras. Is that good? It's good for the most part. Yeah, it's good. Let's pause this. How long have you been listening to this music for? Like about 10, 11 minutes? Yeah, sorry about that. Hold on, let me play it for like a brief moment. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me play it for like a brief moment. Hold on, let me play it for like a brief moment. Oh, wait, hold on. Silence for like a second. I don't know if it's a phone thing. Hold on. Me. Hold on. Me. Okay, I don't know if it's an echoey thing. Hold on, let me just, I wish I had a pen or something. Let me just, wow, I can't touch the turn off camera button. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna be a little concerned about the audio for this live stream. But let's get to the point. Alex Bale was a man I adored watching in the earlier years of this decade of the 2020s. If you don't know Alex Bale, he did a lot of SpongeBob, which kind of led me to his channel. He did a lot of SpongeBob conspiracy videos, and I flippin' loved them. Let's see. Before we watch any of them, I want to test with with one of these. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm watching on my second account, so there should be no ads. Okay, so before we get into anything, let's test let's do an audio test with a short film he did. The Box, a 1-minute short film. I think I saw this upload, but I don't really remember it. But let's before we get into anything crazy, let's just give this a quick little watch. This short film was good, really nicely. I like that, like the guy just walking past the title. I really like that. That's charming. So even like that camera. Are you kidding me? Are we really doing this right now? This fish. Is he gonna look up? Look up. Look up. Look up. That was it. Oh, that certainly was something. That wasn't bad. That was just interesting. Hold on, let me do an audio check on that. That was a nice short film. I wonder who he did that for. I wonder who he did that for. Let me check. That was. Oh, come on. Let's before we get into anything crazy, let's just give this a quick little watch. This short film was good. I'm doing an audio check right now. Like the guy just walking past the title. I really like that. Okay, again, I can't tell if it's because my voice is playing a dozen times. Um, I think my audio for my own personal voice is pretty good. Or should I be a little bit more quiet because I'm afraid I'm filming this in my living room, so I don't know if there's gonna be an echo. But I would say my audio is pretty good for myself. The problem is I don't know if the audio is good for like every my surround, but for my Switch, like because again I'm watching this on YouTube on my Switch, so I don't know if my audio is gonna be good here. But anyways, for those that don't know, Alex Bale, he famously actually let me test the audio with this trailer. It seems fine, the audio there. I was doing an audio check because I think before, I don't know, because the Yokai Watch music when I was playing it had a little bit of like a like it was a covered. So I don't want to be watching the video and then you just hear like Alex Bale be like, I think that the Cocoa Puffs guy is on crack. Like, I don't want it to be like muffled the entire time. But I think I did put the audio a little bit lower, so hopefully it's not like so blazing loud that starts to get muffled. I think we are good now. But anyways, do I even need an introduction for Alex Bale? Alex Bale, the guy that's famous for SpongeBob theories. Absolutely love the dude. He has done lots of theories in the past that are not SpongeBob related because that was the whole thing connected to this ARG he did. Don't feed the muse. One of my, I'm not over exaggerating when I say this. One of my favorite ARGs in the entire internet. There's some ARGs I follow and other ones I don't. It kind of varies. But no, don't feed the muse slash Happy Meat Farms. All this interconnected stuff. One of my if you do not know what the hell I'm talking about, I will leave a link to it in the description below. Go watch it. That's one of my favorite internet ARGs ever. The Don't Feed the Muse slash Happy Meat Farms. It's good because it has two different names. But ever since then, I think he's pretty much concluded, or for the most part, concluded that story because I know in a video he did after the fact, he was like, I'll probably come back to it. I reacted to not all of them, but half of them because I watched a lot of those videos off camera. But I want to see towards the end of that ARG, I recorded my reaction. I know I recorded my reaction to the Jared one and also Don't Feed the Muse Part 3. I haven't uploaded them, but probably I will. Maybe I'll upload them as a YouTube short for Halloween or something. Maybe I think Halloween probably the most appropriate time to upload those. But anyways, he's for the past 2 years he's been doing a lot of unrelated SpongeBob stuff, as you can see here, all his SpongeBob theories. So watch all his theories. This stuff's wonderful. But he's been doing a lot of unrelated SpongeBob stuff, and I've been meaning to react to a lot of his other videos that are conspiracy theories about they vary a lot from other animated cartoons or commercial, like here with the Cocoa Puffs. What the hell is his name? I'll probably say it in the video. The Cocoa Puffs bird who's always freaking losing his mind over Cocoa Puffs. And even GT Live did a video reacting to that, which I'll probably watch later while I'm editing other videos. But yeah, no, I freaking love Alex Bale. I think he's amazing. An inspiration to me, I guess you can say. Even I've said this in my last live stream. I was doing a Deltron Snowgrave, but I don't know, just the way he edits his videos, they really do immerse you into the theory a little bit more. Also, I like this little stock image he's using here. But without talking too much, I really love Alex Bale. I already said that 15 times already. And yeah, just good. You already know. There's a few theories I haven't watched. I reacted to the Blue's Clues one, and I didn't upload that either. There's a lot of Alex Bale videos I haven't uploaded, but the Blue's Clues I reacted to, all of the SpongeBob ones I reacted to, I would say only half of them I recorded, all the way back in 2021, 5 years ago. Oh man, time is a cruel, cruel mistress. She does not treat any of us well. But yeah, without talking, let's get into the Cocoa Puffs theory. Another thing I love about Alex Bale is what I love. I should probably put my notifications on. Another thing I love about Alex Bale that I really loved about Matt Pat back in 2014, 15 is that he would say things that I feel like I've never heard anyone else say, because everyone says similar conspiracy theories like Bluey taking place in a post-apocalyptic world. But the thing I love about Alex Bale is that I don't know, it's either he thinks differently or what, because I just he does not say the stuff that you would think a person would say about a conspiracy theory or something. I don't know. I'll probably say it in better detail as we get into the video. But man, I just I just love Alex Bale. But I guess without further ado, hold on, let me just do a little mic. Okay. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the Cocoa Puffs theory. If I had to predict, because I know this is a theory, like why the Cocoa Puffs bird is like obsessed with Cocoa Puffs. I don't know, because all his videos go a little crazy. I'm gonna guess that he's gonna say that there's crack in Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. Let's get into it. If he says that, I don't know. Leave a like on this video. Don't subscribe, but just leave a like. I didn't remember that commercial. When was that on TV? 2014, 15? I was still in elementary when this was on TV. Oh my goodness. I feel like that's a gimmick with a lot of cereal commercials, aren't they? Or like the characters like crazy for the cereal. Like, I need this. Yeah, like he's addicted. I didn't remember those commercials. They were really good commercials. There's only two types of cereals I ate as a kid, and that was Frosted Flakes and Cocoa Puffs. So good. I vaguely remember that one. I wonder how much money they make off of like cereal. What does that say in the corner there? I think he put what kind of music he's using in this scene here. What does that say there? In the bottom left corner. Sleep, David Potter. I appreciate the fact that he's putting where he's getting some of his music from, because I listened to some of his videos. I'm like, where are you getting this music from, pal? I know it's like stock music, but he chooses really great stock music or free royalty music, whatever you call it. Oh, listen to this. Bird military. The Cocoa War. Let's see where he goes with this. I really love watching his videos because he just, my goodness, he just has another way of thinking. Convince me, Alex. You're gonna say he's like addicted to crack or something. I already know you. A fan theory by Alex Bale. Man, that music he uses. This is uploaded a year ago. I'm pretty late to this. Oh no. You're not sponsoring this video, so we're not going to show your ad. Oh, thank goodness, it immediately skips. Really? My grandma was 4 years old when those commercials were on TV. I should make this an energy. Man, he looks so weird. I didn't even know Cocoa Puffs existed that long, since the 50s. I know certain cereals have, but not Cocoa Puffs. I didn't know that. He's gonna say there's crack in that area, you know him. Yeah, that's what I'm familiar with. Again, we'll appreciate the fact you're saying what music you're using here. I love like that CG chocolate. Those ones I never saw. I never saw this commercial. I remember that in him a courtroom. I'm sure you're gonna get into that later. Mm-hmm. I remember this one, yeah. That was like 2013, wasn't it? 2013, 14. Oh yeah, and that one too. I just feel bad for him in that picture there, that image. Help me with my addiction. He went to like a Buddhist or what do you call it? Hinduism. How is he still alive? I vaguely remember his grandfather. I like that little chocolatey CG they use. This one's my favorite one. It's like the Mrs. Puff theory over again, where it's just like this character's mentally ill. Uh-huh. I forgot his name was Sunny. It opens with a newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first time, people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs and just walk past it. You always have to zoom in and make it more creepier than it actually is. A very sudden turn. Two massive Cocoa Puffs in the sky crash into each other and begin raining down Cocoa Puffs all over the city. The people start screaming and running for their lives as the entire city is consumed by chocolate and vanilla. Really, you say? But after Sunny goes cuckoo, we cut back. I thought he said that. Everyone is now enjoying the cereal. Something has changed. When was this one? I don't remember ever seeing that one on TV. Where everyone has always loved Cocoa Puffs. I think that this is a world that has been taken over by Cocoa Puffs. Oh, no, here we go. If you don't believe me, we get much more explicit confirmation of this in the commercial for the new chocolate explosion puffs. I've kind of been holding off on showing this one because it is honestly the most insane commercial I have ever seen in my entire life. What is it? You are not prepared for what I am about to say. What is it? This commercial takes place inside of the Bird military headquarters where Sunny, as a Cocoa Puffs expert, discusses the dangers of this new type of Cocoa Puffs that's exploding in people's homes. Oh, that like chocolate CG they use. What do you mean more chocolate? And the military birds look terrified of this. Yeah, but where they scared of chocolate? What happens next is I can't even describe it to you. What? I just have to kind of see it. I'll check if my audio is working. A box of the explosive Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military, basically committing Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military, basically committing Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him. Sorry, I wanted to check that my audio was working correctly because I was like, I listened to it briefly and it was just kind of like, but no, I guess he basically bomb threaded them. I guess that's what he just did right there. Domestic terrorism. I wonder if this is good. Why is my like audio just like really weird? Supporting the cereal, military stars have been replaced Oh shoot! I didn't notice that. Oh cool. Shoot! I didn't notice that. Oh cool. Shoot! I didn't notice that. I'm curious. Wait, hold on. Let me see if it depends how low the audio is. I don't know. Sorry, I'm like really paranoid about my audio here. Let me just. Why are you stubborn with me? Hold on, I need like a really more brighter image. Let me use your video really quickly as like an example. I wonder if I should back when I switch away a little bit more. Okay, are we good here? Are we good? So let me check out. Shoutouts to I don't know who this is actually, but shoutouts to you. Shoutouts to you and your video from me to try and test my audio with it. Let me check. Third time's the charm. And your video. Reading the script. I think I've missed the first video trend by a few months. But what the hell? There's no time like the present, right? My name is Eddie, and like many, there's no time like the present, right? My name is Eddie. Man, look at the way this looks on my recorder right here. Hold on. So, okay, I think because I had my switch pretty close to my phone, so I'm like, maybe that's why the audio was just being kind of funny with me. Let me see if that really fixed the problem. Shouts to you. I'll leave a like. However, I did have one major roadblock. One very big thing that has stopped me from pursuing this dream for 10 years. One major roadblock. One very big thing that has stopped me from pursuing this dream for 10 years. Okay, I would say that audio is good. That was one thing that was really bothering me was the audio. Okay, so sorry, I took a little intermission there to check if my audio was good. Let me just back to good old Alex Bale. Let's go back to Alex Bale and his Cocoa Puffs conspiracy. Don't tell me he's like mind controlled. Don't tell me he's like mind controlled. Sorry. So at this point, he might be thinking that these are all just a bunch of random, incoherent, one-off commercials with no continuity. I do think that. Behind the things happening, they're just a bunch of wacky, random skits made to sell cereal to kids, and we shouldn't really try to understand them. And you'd probably be right until they released a single commercial that fundamentally changed everything we thought we knew about this world. And what was that, Alex? This commercial gives us so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided. What was that, Alex? This commercial gives us so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided. What was that, Alex? This commercial. Oh, sorry, I'm like really paranoid about my audio. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're halfway through this theory. Everything's pretty suspicious. He's like in a test facility. What, they kidnapped him? Is that what you're gonna say? As expected, Sonny goes cuckoo and destroys the lab, but in the final moments of the commercial, we pull back to see who's really running the show. Who? His grandpa? Aliens? Oh, humans. I would have been more shocked if it was his grandpa. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, we're just experimenting on them. We're a-holes. The human war. Didn't he say this in SpongeBob? I don't know if that's good. Sorry, again, testing audio. I guess the louder.
I think we can assume this because we can see humans are running a lab that is clearly making and testing Cocoa Puffs. We can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor. So that and testing Cocoa Puffs, we can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor. So that
Okay, I guess that audio is not bad. That's pretty good. Anyways, I just wanted to check. Sorry, I've been so back and forth in this video.
Cocoa Puffs to bird society.
Yeah, we're monsters.
Are far beyond just diplomatic trade.
Diplomatic trade. I thought he was gonna say like a drug thing.
Sunny to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They are specifically testing how addictive the cereal is, meaning humans are intentionally trying to create the most addictive product they can. In the world
I mean, I guess that would make sense.
Cocoa Puffs are not just a delicious breakfast item. They are a weapon created by humans to brainwash and control an enemy nation's population.
An enemy nation.
The fictional in-universe cereal is what I mean, not the real-life Cocoa Puffs.
That would be something. He said this in SpongeBob, where it's like Bikini Bottom and the human race are at war.
Inside of the military. Why is this inside of a cereal commercial? So these commercials are telling the story of this global Cocoa Puffs war. But I think they're telling it out of order, and this lab commercial is at the start of the timeline.
Interesting. I thought that was going to be towards the end.
The humans use Sunny as a guinea pig to create an extremely addictive cereal, and they even made him the mascot on the
And they unleash him on the society.
But why would Sunny go along with this? Well, he doesn't exactly have a choice. Like everyone else, he's just a victim being controlled by the addictive, brainwashing properties of Cocoa Puffs. All they have to do to activate his programming is just say his 3 trigger words.
I mean, I guess that is the trigger words, isn't it? Of course, he's using Bucky. That's great editing. He just freaking edited Civil War. Happy 10th anniversary to that movie. I turned 10 years old this month. Go for Cocoa Puffs. He did a great job editing that, making him hold the box. I'm gonna send that to someone I know and just confuse them.
Remember how I said the original 1958 commercials only featured children instead of a bird? Well, that wasn't entirely true.
I thought you said you weren't gonna talk about the old commercials.
In the kid's home, we can see a cage.
That's a really poorly drawn bird.
From the very start, Sunny has always been a prisoner to humans, and even the 70s commercials.
Or that could have been like his ancestors or whatever.
First got Sunny addicted.
No, they're just teasing him. These horrible asshole children.
If you're still not convinced that this is an intentional hidden narrative inside of these commercials, then let me ask you this.
What?
Why did they choose to make the mascot of their cereal a cuckoo bird? Sure, it's partially because cuckoo sounds like cuckoo, but I think there's a
slang for crazy.
What are cuckoo birds? They're brood parasites. Instead of raising their young, they secretly lay their eggs into the nest of other bird species.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
They proceed to kill the other birds.
What?
And take over the nest from within.
What the heck?
Instinctively pushes out any other eggs in the nest.
Oh no!
Sleeper agents of birds. This is exactly.
I didn't know that. That sounds like vaguely familiar. Oh, so you're trying to say he's like not a part of that race?
Just randomly insert Sunny into any old nest. Take a look at the commercial where we see Sunny's grandpa's house.
What about it?
In a hallway full of what I assume are family photos. And if you look,
oh, like it's not their family?
Oh. The humans inserted Sunny into a family with a high-ranking
Military family. He has like a timeline. Oh no, that horrible footage.
It worked. Everyone hit by Cocoa Puffs instantly loves them. They own the military.
See, just like stupid stuff like this, like he was able to tell a very coherent story with all this.
Have essentially colonized and taken over all of bird society. They won. So now that the war is over, I guess the next
presumably.
question is, what happens to Sunny? Well, he's not a prisoner anymore. He's free to live a normal life in a world controlled by humans and eat all the Cocoa Puffs he wants.
I guess so.
Except now, unlike all the birds around him, he desperately doesn't want Cocoa Puffs.
I know, like he's had it his whole life.
But why?
He's just insane.
More than anyone else, Sunny knows the truth about this world.
I guess so, yeah. He's a what do you call it? A pawn in someone else's game.
He has done to betray his country. So
His country.
he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs. But
I would probably say it's the best part of the theory of the cuckoo bird thing.
no matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order.
And even the whole like the kid in the beginning that's saying, get your Cocoa Puffs, get your Cocoa Puffs, like, you know, they're not interested. Like maybe that was them trying to sell Cocoa Puffs to those birds, like the human manufacturers are trying to manufacture to bird country or whatever, and no one was interested. So like, we need a test to make this more addictive, and that's why they like kidnapped them or whatever.
Wait a second.
I was gonna say it scared me.
Why is the judge Sunny's grandpa?
Was it rigged? Oh, there's still more to this. There's like another act. The chocolate is thicker than blood. I was gonna say, yeah.
That is clearly Sunny's grandpa. Even his nameplate says Judge Gramps.
Judge Gramps, I didn't notice that.
Major conflict of interest? Like, you can't just be a judge for your own family member's court case, right? And even if we ignore that, isn't Sunny's grandpa supposed to be the one character who's actually on his side?
I know, he's like,
Why does he
don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
Sunny when he's the only one who's been trying to help him beat his addiction? Maybe we need to take a closer look.
I really like the animation on these commercials. It's not bad, the character design.
See Gramps trying to help Sunny by hiding the Cocoa Puffs. But immediately after, he says this.
Oh, he's tempting him. The trigger words, yeah.
Sunny into getting the Cocoa Puffs. He even uses Sunny's exact trigger words.
Crunchy, munchy. It's exactly like the Winter Soldier scene.
He just wants Sunny to think that he's on his side, but in reality, Gramps is manipulating him.
Man, how does he edit these backgrounds? They're so nice.
Because I think Sunny's grandpa is working for the humans. Sunny is the
He probably is. I knew he was going to go somewhere with this.
Humans are going to continue to use Cocoa Puffs to control bird society. That they can't have the mascot on the box actively trying to avoid and discredit the cereal.
What's up with the whole, like, it turns the fabric reality chocolatey? I never understood that. And crunchy. I remember that commercial. I saw it so many times.
He's got a big house, he eats at fancy restaurants, and he's a powerful
I guess so, yeah.
seemingly break whatever rules he wants. Gramps is thriving in this.
And he's cheating the political system.
And I think it's because he can deal with the humans to betray his own grandson. And once again, Gramps profiting off of Sunny has been foreshadowed.
I was gonna say, like, he's been a character for a long time. No, he's been manipulating his addiction since the very beginning.
Sunny's only parental figure has always been working.
What happened to the parents?
But that brings up something else that I've always wondered about. Why is Gramps Sunny's only parental figure?
Hey, so I was just asking.
Sunny's parents.
Were you gonna say like they're dead in the background?
You'd still have parents before grandparents, right? It feels like someone's missing. This may seem like a pointless question to ask for
I feel like with a lot of like cartoon characters, like Donald Duck, you know, the fact they're his nephews, Huey, Louie, and Dewey.
insane hidden detail in one of these commercials that unlocks
What?
one final damning part to this theory.
Tell me.
Remember those family photos that had the military guy in them? If you look closely, the hallway is full of
Oh.
different bird people, all with boxes of Cocoa Puffs, except for one photo that shows a female bird all by herself.
That could be his
And it's
mother?
the only photo with no Cocoa Puffs.
I guess so.
Really weird detail to include. But what's even stranger is that when Sunny is about to open the door to release the Cocoa Puffs, the photo changes to show the woman is afraid.
Oh shoot.
Sure, maybe this was just supposed to be
That's a very blink and you'll miss it.
emphasize the danger, but then why is she the only photo that changes? The birds in the photo right next to her are completely indifferent to Sunny's struggle.
Yeah.
This feels like the animators are intentionally trying to tell us something about specifically this female bird that we've never seen before. And trust me,
What are they trying to say? What are they trying to say?
background of any of the other commercials. So here is the final part of my theory. I think this
Is his mother.
Sunny's mother.
Mhm.
Maybe his real mother, or maybe his adopted mother from the whole brood parasite thing. Just like Sunny,
Could
she
be.
was clearly aware of the dangers of Cocoa Puffs and wanted to avoid them. But unlike everyone else,
Could have killed her
I
off.
don't see her in any of these commercials. I think it's because she tried to protect her son.
It's always the small details, isn't it?
And the humans
Well, it's always the
needed
frickin'
Sunny
small
for their
details,
plans,
Oxbale.
murdered her because of it.
Oh my goodness.
These Cocoa Puff commercials are not just a bunch of funny little cartoons designed to sell cereal to kids. They are a complex, interconnected story about the horrors
It's
of
a cinematic
addiction,
universe.
family betrayal, and murder. And
This one's a pretty charming one. I would at first I wasn't really caring, but I like this one.
Oh, Alex, I think they're just cereal commercials.
They're just cereal commercials.
This.
What was it?
Why did they decide to make the characters of these commercials birds?
I don't know.
Birds can't eat chocolate.
The Incredibles music.
Is poisonous to birds. The entire bird world is slowly being poisoned by Cocoa Puffs.
I guess so.
We're the only dominant species on this planet.
That's his damning piece of evidence.
Maybe they're just cereal commercials. I don't know.
I was gonna say because if they're at war with the humans, then it makes sense for them to like poison their food supply or something. At least that's my point of view of it. That was a good one. At first, like you kind of weren't grabbing me in the first like 10 minutes, but like you got me. You got me, Alex. Oh, I love his stuff. I watched that. I watched every second of that. Go watch it. It's amazing. Don't Feed the Muse is amazing. Alternate reality game. I would say him and a few others did a really great job at like getting all the puzzle pieces. Oh yeah, even like the conclusion of his video is great. When was I watching that? I was watching that. I was like, I was working on something, so I can just have like a 3-hour long video in the background.
Thank you to the patrons who help support this channel. Watch my videos early and get your name at the end by signing up.
Man.
That's all I got. That's the end of the video. Bye. Go away.
What is this music? I will say, go check out that the other guy's video of him analyzing Alex Bale's ARG. No, that Cocoa Puffs theory, it was pretty darn good. At first, I was kind of like, also, yeah, when was this uploaded? I want to say sometime last year, March 5th, 2025. Yeah, I am a bit late to this. I remember wanting to watch this for a while, but no, that was pretty good. I would say the latter half of that, the second half of that theory was pretty darn good. I really liked where he was going with the whole like the, the whole like human war. I felt like the human war thing was that he was kind of ripping himself off because if you watched one of his, I think it was the fourth one, the evolution or Mr. Krabs theory, whatever he calls it. That one he was also like making the whole argument about like, oh, there's like a human war going on and all this stuff. Thankfully he didn't linger on it too much. I'm trying to think. Let me think. Where were the acts here? So like the first act here, basically he's separate these in acts. Yeah, with the whole like bird, military, what was it? This human war, and then yeah, and then he ends it off with the whole like the conspiracy with like the grandpa. No, I really like that, especially yeah, like I can't pinpoint it. I really did think at first he was going to say there was like cocaine or something. Um, I think what he could have added to the end of the theory there, because he brought up the whole like birds are they can't eat chocolate, which I guess there's a lot of animals that can't eat chocolate because I know to dogs like chocolate is kind of poisonous. But like what I thought, like what my personal headcanon is here, if any of this is true, which I doubt it is, but it's just all good fun. Is like my personal headcanon is that like if there is some kind of war, which I since he never really brought it up, like what the conflict between these two countries are, between the humans and the bird people, whatever the conflict is, if the humans want to have the upper hand, which I guess this is a war crime, but humans are awful anyways. But like if birds cannot consume chocolate, which I guess what's his name, Lucky or Sunny, whatever the hell his name was, he can consume chocolate. Maybe he's like the one bird that can consume chocolate, but everyone else can't. So like my personal conspiracy theory is that like they're let's advertise to all these birds that Cocoa Puffs is like really delicious and chocolatey and addictive, and it's just basically like they're poisoning them, like they're poisoning another nation to like lower their population, lower their numbers, I guess even lower their military, because even like the high people in their like military system are like also addicted to Cocoa Puffs. So like my personal conspiracy theory is just like maybe it's like a whole like they're just poisoning another country. At least that's what I think. But no, the Cocoa Puffs theory, that was really good. The second half there was really interesting. Also made me remember just how good these commercials are. Freaking oh man, look at the animation in these commercials. Also, I love the music he's using here. Don't copyright strike me. He has the Cars theory. He had another theory, the Pixar theory. I don't know if I need to watch the Pixar theory. Or yeah, that one's a pretty lengthy one. I don't know if I need to watch that one to understand the Cars theory. I want to see if there's like a slight. Oh my goodness, the High School Musical one's long. Let's see which one's gonna be like really freaking scary, because I'm sitting in a dark room right now. I don't want to get scared. Um, I guess. Should I save this for another day? Oh, I remember. Yeah, I don't know. There's also he also has this Barney the dinosaur one. I want to watch the Twilight one because I'm really interested where the hell he's gonna go with this. Oh, I don't know. There's also the Cars one, which is pretty new. I don't know where I want to go. Oh yeah, the Incredibles because the Jack one. I really don't know what I want to do. Barney or Teletubbies. I don't know. Damn it. One, two. Okay, it's gonna be one of these two. Eeny, meeny, miny, schmo. Catch a schmo by the schmo. If you can't, then you will be named Schmo. I guess Barney. The only thing I know about this one, because I think I saw like someone leave like a thumbnail on it briefly, was that like Barney is like an alien. Like I think I don't think that was the final conclusion he came to with the theory, but like that was one of his conclusions, something about Barney being an alien. I remember that great documentary. I was watching it a few Christmases ago, back in like 2023. The documentary "I Love You, You Hate Me" about like the history of Barney the dinosaur and how he was like beloved and like when was Barney created? Like the early '90s, and then he just got like progressively more and more hated. This were like really early Barney is just very displeasing to look at. But let's get into this one because I'm interested where this is going. Barney's secret. Even the thumbnail is just kind of like scary. Nah, what are you doing? Back away. No. Just get that away from me. Don't do that. Don't do the fade. I'm watching this in a dark room, Alex. Don't do this to me.
This is what we're told in the intro for every episode of Barney.
Barney is a dinosaur. Yeah, that.
He's just a normal plush toy dinosaur that a group of kids imagine.
When was? Hold on, let me look it up on my computer here while he's talking. When was Barney like created? What year was Barney created? Barney. I like newer Barney. He's less scary. 1987. Wow. It reminds me when a certain security guard was bitten. Did I leave a like already? I did. What are you gonna say, Alex? Adam has a ticket. Oh no!
But Mom has never seen him because she doesn't know how.
Not the creepy music, Alex. Old Barney, I can't stand.
Well, if you look back at the early episodes of Barney and the Backyard Gang,
Yeah.
you see that Barney's existence was actually a massive secret that the kids kept from their parents.
Like Snuffleupagus. Oh. I guess it was treated more like a secret. Because I think like in modern Barney, they're like, oh no, the parents know who I am.
Which is strange because if Barney
Oh my goodness.
is just an imaginary friend like we've been told, then why bother hiding him? And it's not like the fact that they have an imaginary dinosaur friend is the secret, because the kids are more than willing to.
Oh, that music he's using in the background. I've heard that on YouTube Shorts. I want it to be like the 2003 Cat in the Hat, where he just appears behind her and does like a really awkward smile. I'm going to summon the doom on you, Void Termina. Leave a comment if you understand that reference. Kirby Star Allies just explained it. I never saw like really older Barney. I'm familiar with like 2010s. Like my cousins watched Barney.
So instead, they use their imagination to make Barney show up, and he takes them on a fun imaginary.
Yeah, look at that green screen for that time period. I'm assuming it's green screen. It could be blue.
And I'll take you on a make-believe trip to the beach. But there's something that happens at the end of this episode after the kids.
His voice was different.
That will forever change the way you view Barney.
What? What are you gonna tell me? Was he gonna appear in the background? What? Oh, because like there's all this like sand and beach and stuff. Is that what you're trying to say? Sorry, I thought I heard noise. Ah. Oh, come on, work camera. Oh my goodness. There you go, camera. There. I didn't want my live stream to be interrupted by my sister. I will say that ending, I don't know if that music was originally in there, but it does make it a little bit more creepy. I mean, I always kind of assumed that Barney was like real. Like in the universe, obviously, in the universe.
And he's convinced them to lie to their parents about him and physically hide him inside of their home, because obviously any parent would be horrified if they came across this massive intruder who routinely kidnapped their children.
Well, he returns them. Okay, yeah, the way he says it. How long is this one? Like, I think it was similar to the Cocoa Puffs one, yeah.
This is something that the show kind of directly tells us.
He always gets like normal footage and makes it look creepier than it actually is. I thought he was gonna like come out in the back door and do like a little like put his fingers on his lips. Except me, of course.
In that case, it's fine. Don't tell your parents about me. You can get inside of my Barney mobile. That's
oh my goodness, it's like a. Oh, I was gonna compare it to Lynn Afton for a second.
Barney and Friends is a silly silhouette of Barney leading a bunch
Yeah.
of children away from their homes. This is so
Oh, this music he uses.
once you realize that Barney is a secret that they kept from the parents. Mom will hear us.
His voice back then was a little bit more like, ugh.
What's really going on with this purple dinosaur? So stick with
So he's a toy that comes to life, correct?
truly uncover Barney's secret after a quick word from our sponsor.
I'm not. We're not doing this. Oh, this is the same way as last time. No, they're not sponsoring me, so I'm not watching. I would have watched it if they were sponsoring this video, but they're not. If they were sponsoring this live stream.
It does seem to have a real physical effect on
Okay, where are you going with this, Alex? Where are you going with
also
this?
just an ordinary looking toy that
So we already established that, you know, he kidnaps children, but then brings them back.
Barney both real and
He's also a toy for some reason.
The intro of the show never actually says that Barney is an imaginary dinosaur. It specifically uses the words "a dinosaur from our imagination."
Mm-hmm. I guess so, yeah.
As in, Barney is
On my back.
a real dinosaur that can interact with the world and be seen by anyone, but he can only be
This music in the background reminds me of like Rock Bottom from SpongeBob.
It's like he's some kind of supernatural mental parasite that
Ugh.
feeds off of perception and belief. It's like he's
Probably.
a cognito hazard from the SCP Foundation.
Never saw that. Maybe I should watch it to understand that reference.
Why is he secretly taking these kids on these adventures and teaching them things? Well, the main thing that Barney asks these children to do in pretty much every episode is to use
Believe.
use your imagination. Use our imagination.
See, I prefer that voice.
Sense, because as we know, Barney needs imagination to exist.
I need imagination to live. He's like dying.
As the series progresses and more kids
And the camera quality gets better. And he gets like more lighter purple. Ah. That girl's just like scared. Who is he? Looks like a colt.
after Barney has already been introduced to a few new kids, he suddenly gains the ability to magically bring children
So you're saying like the more and more kids there are, the more powerful he becomes. Oh, that's great.
any warning. Get the rest of the backyard gang here before I explode.
What about his other friends?
All over.
He had like 2 or 3 more.
And this is something that the kids even acknowledge is weird and different.
I remember like the original initial Barneys were like really low budgeted, made by like a Texan mom, which is really admirable when you have that in mind.
More powerful.
At least in my opinion.
And children believed in him. In episode 5, we also see Tina, a new neighborhood friend, now has her own Barney doll that she can use to summon Barney whenever she wants.
So he's not the doll. It's more like a beacon, if you will.
And we know it's a new one because it has a slightly different design. And the intro still says that the original Barney doll still lives with Michael and Amy. It's clear that Barney's
Interesting.
power is growing.
What's that original song that the Barney ripped off? The Yankee, I think it's Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony.
Barney's first ever live musical concert.
I remember hearing about that. He gets all the power from here. All these white kids. I remember the guy in the suit talking about that in the documentary I was talking about. Again, appreciate the fact you're crediting the music.
Now he is simply an unstoppable force that no one can deny. And also, note this concert episode is canon to the lore of the Barney TV show.
Oh, interesting.
Kids later mention it in future episodes.
Hey, let's do that song we did in our concert.
This concert represents the moment when Barney's
That like weird Photoshop. That's crazy how Barney was like in the 90s. Also in the documentary, they mentioned this one dude that was like had a I Hate Barney website, or whatever the hell. You should watch it. It's a great documentary. It's a weird documentary, but it's pretty good. What about his friends? Yeah, he did have 3 friends, didn't he?
Virus, Barney continues to multiply into more dinosaurs.
Oh, so that's like him multiply. Okay.
Now able to fully reveal himself to any parent without any.
So he started off as like a singular virus.
The line about keeping a secret is even removed from the intro, and instead of requiring a large group of children focusing.
I guess so. Yeah. Now that he's a more powerful virus or whatever, he can reveal himself to adults. That music
And Barney's also reached the point
and the movie.
even if someone
I saw Nostalgia Critics review.
they can't get rid of him.
Okay, Barney, you're really here. My imagination, you're about to disappear. I do not believe in you.
Oh my goodness, that was scary.
And all of this
I was like, wait, why did he disappear?
most recent and controversial development. The
What?
2024 animated
That's
show
controversial.
Barney's World.
Barney, the singing, dancing purple dinosaur.
I love in the Nostalgia Critic review for the movie, he says, purple dinosaurs are my fetish. It's just like freaking, like, what are you talking about?
This is
Why is this controversial?
a TV show. And
I would assume because it's CG.
fans of the animated
Yeah.
did for Barney.
Oh, his,
More or less follows
his voice isn't that bad.
except with one very notable difference.
Who like owns the rights to Barney in this day and age?
For the first time ever, Barney is never shown in his toy form. He is
Oh.
now always just a large magical talking dinosaur. And unlike all the previous episodes,
Interesting.
now he never disappears at the end. In this
That song's a little bit more
series,
bearable now.
he can fly and transform the world in ways he never could before. So maybe this latest entry into the Barney franchise is showing us Barney at his absolute most powerful, where he is no longer bound by a
Let me check my
authority or
audio.
the limitations of children's imaginations. And the smoking gun to prove this is once again by a
Let me check my audio.
very specific way they introduce Barney.
Barney's World.
Barney's World with your favorite purple dinosaur. For the first time ever,
Barney's World. I hope I'm not that loud.
dinosaur that comes from our imagination.
Okay. I probably should keep my voice a little bit more lower. Oh, do you have to stop this for copyright?
Simply just exists on its own.
I know a few of his other theories he had to take down because of copyright.
Sensation that he has gained
Sorry about that, Alex.
over our world and has completely reshaped it into his image.
Ugh.
Maybe this isn't just an animated reboot of the Barney franchise. What if Barney
This is his evolution.
transformed the world into this imaginary cartoon redesign?
Mmm.
Here truly is Barney's world.
Mmm. Planet Barney. That should have been where they went in the Mario Galaxy movie.
Purple dinosaur story.
Hey, that can't be it.
At least for now.
Okay, yeah, there's still another act.
A 24 Barney movie that's in the works.
What?
Apparently. Yes, that's a real thing that's happening.
Is it like a horror thing or is it like an actual like kid-friendly?
Where did Barney originally come
I like the idea that he's like this virus that's been like multiplying.
Where anything that children imagine can come to life.
This is pretty straightforward for the most part.
Particularly special about Barney the purple dinosaur, and there could have just as easily been a blue giraffe that took over the world.
A blue giraffe.
Remember, back in the very first episode of Barney and the Backyard Gang,
Uh-huh.
before we ever saw Barney imagined into real life, there already was an existing toy dinosaur in
Oh, maybe he was a parasite that copied the appearance of that. Kind of like trying to think. I don't know, like Chucky, like the fact that he just like copied some kind of toy or whatever. I'm trying to think, what's like a good parallel?
Seems like they're already familiar with him, but they don't know how he got in there.
How did he get in there?
Well, I believe the answer to this question can be found hidden in the 1998 theatrical.
Of course. It always goes back to one of the movies.
This movie has some kind of unsettling implications for this franchise.
What, Alex? Tell me. Tell me. I've seen a few people react to this movie, ironically. I think, what are they called? Pretty Much It did a video on this. Pretty good video.
In this movie, Barney and a couple of new kids discover a shooting star has landed in their grandparents' barn.
Looks like some sort of egg.
The star turns out to be a mysterious egg that they learn about.
He's just like a farmer for some reason.
Species called dream makers.
Make a dream, make a dream. Oh, so you're gonna say he's connected to that race?
A visitor from days gone by who hasn't given share for boys and girls around the world for children.
Barney and the kids go on an epic adventure to try and return the egg back to where it first landed.
Guess I can like kicking like that.
Successful, and it hatches into this weird little alien koala thing.
I vaguely remember that.
Their dreams.
What are you doing?
What?
It's just
Oh, I thought it was like your future. It's a fortune teller.
These kids and the Dream Maker never really get mentioned again. But despite that, I believe that it is heavily implied in this movie that Barney the dinosaur is actually the same species as the Dream Maker.
There could be.
Yes, I am going to be claiming that Barney is an alien. This isn't something that's ever stated in the movie, and I can't even.
I'm sure there's a connection. They're both magical creatures. It's like Kirby lore, where he's just connected to all these other deities across space.
I don't know what else this evidence could be. So, first off, obviously, the Dream Maker looks a lot like Barney in his plush toy form.
I guess so.
But there's also the fact that the Dream Maker's gift is to show people their dreams. AKA, it allows children to bring what they imagine to life and have it be seen by others. Which is exactly how Barney.
Sorry, checking my audio again.
My school friends and I had so much fun here. I wish they were here right now.
Use your imagination.
Your wish is my command. He's dressed up like the genie.
Why Barney has always needed children to exist in his big talking Barney form.
The Dream Maker who hasn't given share for boys and girls around the world for children.
It's like mystical.
The Dream Maker is also described as a visitor from days gone by.
Days gone by.
And of course, Barney takes on the appearance of a dinosaur, which is a creature that lived on Earth millions of years ago.
I see.
A creature from days gone by. And when speculating about what the egg could be, Barney even says,
It's a dinosaur like me.
but I think the most telling moment in this movie is Barney's initial reaction to the shooting star.
What? What was he gonna say?
Barney was clearly about to tell them something before he was cut off.
So
He was
special.
about to earnestly tell them the truth, but then we never get
I need to multiply to take over the world, of course. This is gonna be my wife. He's also dressed like a farmer for some weird reason.
He was about to reveal some crazy lore, and this moment never gets paid off later in the movie. I think that Barney
Interesting.
was about to tell them that he has seen an egg like this before because he too came from an egg that fell from the sky because Barney.
Oh, Alex Bale, you never cease to amaze me.
Dream Maker. And if you still don't believe me, then take a look at the final shot of this movie.
Well, he's in a spaceship. Well, he left with it. Oh, they're together. Did it wave its hand? Oh my goodness. Oh.
The Dream Maker and the Barney toy are sitting side by side, very much emphasizing how
That's great.
similar they are. And then they both have their own versions of the iconic Barney.
It was more creepier back then. Like he had a physical eyelid. Oh.
This feels genuinely intentional. And this
Wait, what did it say on the bottom? It said something in the bottom there.
iconic Barney wing.
I like this one. This isn't a bad theory.
Barney
It said, no.
is an alien.
What did it say here? It said, maybe the first Dream Maker always winks and any copies / new toys twinkle. Okay.
Feels genuinely intentional.
Yeah, I was gonna say when he was early on, he like physically winked. He had an eyelid.
The entire Barney franchise. Literally every episode of this show ends with the Barney toy doing a final wink or twinkle.
Yeah. A twinkle is a neat way of putting it.
And now we
He stands the skeleton.
Of this is that the Barney toy was never actually a toy.
Mhm.
It has always been a living, breathing alien who is pretended to be an inanimate object to trick people into letting him into their homes where he can slowly feed off of children's imaginations like a parasite.
Interesting.
Why were they surprised to find the Barney toy in a specific box in the first episode?
Hey, Michael, look what I got.
Because Barney has never been a toy. He has always been able to move
Oh my
on
god, just the way it moves. Because Barney doesn't physically move when he's a toy. What did it say there? This he's seeing their face
He's
away.
never been a toy. He has always been able to move on his own. He went into that box because he knew.
It says he hid inside of a box of old costumes on the day the kids were planning to put on a show. Oh.
They would find him there every time.
I always like he has a little bit of clarification in the bottom.
He is actually secretly watching them. This is Barney's true.
He gets like fatter over the years. He's reading a book. I'll put that in something.
Every single episode.
I was gonna say this one isn't as creepy as I thought it would be.
Okay, well, that's.
Oh man, old Barney.
Bye.
I think this is how he ends it. What is the Pennywise thing or like the how did Scott? I know Scott Cawthon. I should do a live stream on this one day. Scott Cawthon's like Gold Animations. He did that with I'm not to talk to strangers. Well, I'm such and such. See, I'm not a stranger. Oh no. I'm thinking about an old Ronald McDonald commercial where there is like I want to say this is like the 70s or whatever the heck, maybe 60s, where like Ronald McDonald. It's like when he still had like a nose for a cup when he runs up to this random kid, and then he's like, "Hey there, I'm Ronald McDonald," and then the kid. It's like, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Or no, my mommy says I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. And then Ronald's just like, your mother's correct, but my name's Ron McDonald. See, I'm not a stranger. He does like the Pennywise thing where he just like says he introduces himself and like that's his loophole for like, I'm not a stranger. Give me your soul. But yeah, no, this theory was pretty good. I wouldn't say I feel like as of the videos I've reacted to right now, because I know I kind of like a similar feeling about the Blue's Clues theory, where I'm like, it was pretty short and straightforward and simple. This one, yeah, maybe if I didn't have it spoiled for me that he was an alien, because I think it was Internet City in the thumbnail for their video. It just has like an arrow pointing to Barney and it says alien. So yeah, I wonder. I don't know if I have time for the dark side of Pixar bloopers. Maybe I'll make a sequel. Then Bale makes a little bit more theories. I know he's been wanting to do a Breaking Bad theory for a while. But that's been getting delayed because he keeps on doing all these like posts of like, what video would you want to see me do next? Maybe that's a good thing because I need that because he also did an Avatar theory and I have not seen Avatar the anime, not the blue aliens. But I've never seen the anime, which probably I should react to that before I see his cabbage conspiracy theory or whatever he has cooked up. I think I probably have time for like 2 or 3 more theories. But yeah, so as far as the Barney one, it was pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was neat and charming. It made me remember Barney, which I kind of, Barney's just one of those things in the back of my mind I forget about. I never really watched Barney growing up. It was mostly like my cousins. I want to say like 5-ish years ago they would watch Barney. Yeah, 4-ish, 3 years ago. Yeah, they would watch Barney. At least like newer Barney. Because, I don't know. Maybe because I feel like in the 90s and 2000s there was a lot of like Barney, F that purple dinosaur. But me personally, I don't really have any feelings towards Barney. I think like the behind the scenes of like the production of Barney is interesting and all this stuff. But like my personal feelings towards Barney, I'm kind of neutral. I don't love him. I don't hate him. I think he's charming for the most part. I know people make comparisons to like Big Bird. Like, why is Big Bird a better quote unquote role model, I guess, for children than Barney? And I guess it is because Big Bird. Nostalgia Critic had a good point on this, that Big Bird is a character that's capable of experiencing other emotions besides happiness. He he has experienced loss. There's been characters in real life who've died that have been on Sesame Street, and they'll do like a very special episode where like Big Bird, learns the concept of death or morality, which is weird considering he's been 6 years old for the past 50 years. with like Mr. Hooper. That's a really great example of like the first time Big Bird. Sorry, I'm talking way too quickly for my tongue. Big Bird learned about death. But yeah, no, it's just it's really interesting. And we're a character like Barney. He only experiences like one emotion, that's happiness or evil. But yeah, no, the Barney theory, it was pretty good. I like the whole concept of like, I wish he put a little bit more emphasis on it, but it was still a neat concept of just like, how come like early on he was like, oh, don't tell your parents about me, and then now he's like, oh, high fiving all these like adults and stuff like that. Which I feel like the real reason is probably because obviously the people working on it were like, we probably shouldn't have this whole like, message of like, don't talk to strangers. We think that's sending the wrong message. Hold on, I wonder if I just realized if my camera, the reason it's being very. I wonder if that's going to fix anything. I don't know why my audio is so funky. Maybe I'll re-upload this live stream with better audio. I'll probably, edit it or whatever. But no, this theory is pretty good. But I also like, that goes back to the whole like, oh, he's a parasite that's like multiplying, and all his other dinosaur friends are like not variations, but stemmed from him, from his parasite, and the whole. Also, he had a good, idea for the why Barney in 2024 is animated now, and it's because of he's just took over the world and made his little parasitic wasteland or whatever. I guess it wouldn't be a wasteland because it's really nice and colorful, but you get what I'm saying. But that was Alex Bale's Barney the Dinosaur theory. For a second there, I was going to say Alex Bale's theory. Let's see what else is next. I want to react to the Cars one. That's recent. When did he upload that? I'm going to watch that one. Pixar theory. I want to react to what the heck is going on, but I'm scared I'm going to get a copyright strike on that. What's Club Penguins? I never grew up. I grew up watching commercials of Club Penguin being like, "Oh, buy your game, buy your game." But I never actually played it. Oh, what do I want to watch? What do I want to watch? Twilight. I'll do the. Let's check out Incredibles. Incredibles is a short one. The famous scene. So something about Incredibles that I feel like has been really like going around for the past like 2-3 years is that I've seen a lot of people making a lot of content off of the Incredibles, more specifically the whole like the famous scene where like they're going through all the superheroes that Syndrome killed in order to make the ultimate perfect super weapon. Incredibles was never my favorite picture. Like when it comes to the first like the first 10 original Pixar movies, like Bugs Life, Toy Story, Cars, and Wall-E. Incredibles was never my favorite, but I kind of liked it. It was never really up there. I definitely say I prefer Wall-E. I don't want to say Toy Story because Toy Story I feel like is a normie answer, but I definitely feel like I preferred something more like Wall-E over or Incredibles. Sorry, Toy Story is number one, obviously, but I've always preferred a little bit of the more colorful ones. I'm not saying Incredibles isn't colorful. That the Incredibles definitely has an edge to it that I think a lot of people can appreciate when they get older. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore, but yeah, no, I definitely one interesting thing which I hope I unfortunately don't think they're going to do this, but I hope they do whenever Incredibles 3 comes out, like in 2020, I believe is the release date. I hope they do a little bit more like world building, like like what happened after all those superheroes got massacred by Syndrome. What were the golden days like? Because I do feel like the first movie does a really great job. It's kind of like the first John Wick. I never saw the first John Wick, but I've heard that it's one of those movies that like it builds a world around it, but that world it doesn't explain everything to you, like kind of like the first Star Wars or like the first 3 Star Wars, where it implies there's a greater world, but you never actually see it, and that kind of leaves you wanting a little bit more. And that's kind of like the first Incredibles for me. It implies like this greater world, but you never see every detail of it. And I hope that in the next movie they probably do expand a little bit. The second Incredibles I really enjoy. I'm a defender of the second Incredibles. I wouldn't say I'm like a diehard fan or anything, but I think it's cute. I love the animation. I like the second Incredibles. I mean cute as a compliment because I know some people don't use cute as a compliment, but yeah, I'm curious where he's gonna go with this because a lot of people have been. I'm sure he's gonna mention this in the video. I've been talking way too damn long. I'm trying to make my live stream interesting. But yeah, a lot of people have talked about the whole like the things with like the supers and a lot of their backstory, because I believe there was like a DVD extra that went into some of the backstory, like this video right here, this one right here that went into the backstory for a lot of the supers. So I'm curious because apparently Alex Bale here is suggesting time travel with Gamma Jack and Jack Jack. I forget which one's Gamma Jack. Suggesting time travel. Just checking my audio there. Okay, let's go. He's got freeze on Gamma Jack, isn't he?
What if I told
Yep,
you
I knew it.
that this
I know
is
you're
actually
editing.
Jack Jack from the future?
Convince me.
Gamma Jack is a character from The Incredibles that we see only for a few
Look at all those
seconds.
people like trying to grab him.
Many superhero Syndrome killed as a part
I
of
heard
the
a theory that the first two supers on that list were Syndrome's parents.
But if you look at The Incredibles DVD extras,
I know they put so much detail into those extras. That's like a whole nother movie into itself.
including their powers, personality
I freaking
traits,
love that.
and
I really do.
of their top tier.
So many people, I've seen so many different people like make videos about these extras. They even had to hire all these voice actors for all these characters.
Bale is a bit different than the other heroes. He is one of the most powerful supers in this franchise.
Oh, wow.
Extremely dangerous radiation powers and a very disturbing personality.
Part of my job is to prioritize which villains I'm going to combat.
I like his voice.
Particularly like in these games, man. These main villains, they got the curves and the hair and the big eyes and that.
I like his-
Those ones, they're really, really hard to kill.
He's the only hero who outright kills people, and when it comes to saving people, he always prioritizes attractive women first.
You know, I take a look around and I see if there's
He reminds me, well, who's the guy that played that one kid in Hook? He reminds me of that guy.
Work my way down the list. You know, if you've got W. Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, he might have to wait in line a little while.
He's described as tyrannical and megalomaniacal, and even believes people with superpowers are a superior race.
I remember hearing something about that.
He's like a straight-up villain. He's basically the Incredibles without the hope. And a lot of people
I remember hearing something about that. Oh, I'm like really concerned that my audio for the Cocoa Puffs video it didn't seem that bad. But I'm like really concerned about my audio for this video. Hold on, should I bring my switch a little bit closer? Hold on. Forgive my finger clicking. Let me just come on, don't move to the corner there. Random lights are turning on in my backyard. Should I be concerned? Probably not. Let's see here. Did it get better?
sticks out in this franchise. But I think I've discovered something that nobody else has yet. What if Gamma Jack isn't just... But I think I've discovered something that nobody else has yet. What if Gamma Jack isn't just... But I think I've discovered...
Okay, yeah, that looks good. That's good. Maybe I'm gonna have to re-edit this one day.
Hiding in plain sight all of this time. I believe that Gamma Jack is actually Jack Jack from the future.
Convince me.
I know that sounds like a big stretch. At first glance, these two characters seem nothing alike, both in their powers and personality.
I remember hearing something about that one of them was like, that I think supers are a superior race than other humans.
Adorable Jack Jack is actually a tyrannical super supremacist. Well, just stick with me, because I guarantee that this will be the most compelling, believable, Incredibles theory you will ever hear. You are
Convince
going to
me.
be blown away by how well all of this lines up.
Convince me.
This is the Gamma Jack Jack theory. Well, all of this lines up.
Convince me.
So, this all started when I noticed a couple strange
Hold on.
similarities.
I wonder if it's because I have like a little thing here. So my phone won't fall.
Between these two characters. Obviously, they are both named Jack, and they are both between these two characters. Obviously, they are both named Jack, and they are both between these.
I wonder if that's why my audio is being funny. Is because I have like a little like fuzzy thing here some kind of case that my sister has that next to my phone to make sure that my phone doesn't fall forward. I just moved it right now and the audio seems a little bit more clear, so I don't know if that was like the reason or not. Hold on, let me just let me play this audio. Let me rewind a little bit and I'll check again later. Come on. No.
Both in their powers and personality. I mean, how could I possibly claim that sweet, adorable Jack Jack actually a tyrannical.
I wonder, again, if any of the audio is like really shitty, I am gonna probably re-upload this live stream.
That this will be the most compelling, believable, Incredibles theory you will ever hear.
Hit me, Alex. And this is a shorter one too.
How well all of this lines up.
Man, 3 million.
This is the Gamma Jack Jack theory.
Hit me, Alex. Created by Alex Bale.
So this all started when I
That was a
noticed
jump scare.
couple strange similarities between these two characters. Obviously, they are both named Jack, and they are both extremely powerful supers. There's also maybe a passing resemblance, with both of them having a similar mask and their hair ending in a single sharp point. But I didn't really start to take this seriously until I started comparing Gamma Jack's smile to Jack Jack. Gamma Jack is described as a picky eater, which is probably one of Jack Jack's most defining traits. Literally, Jack Jack's first scene is Helen struggling to get him to eat, and a large part of the Incredibles 2 plot revolves around Jack Jack only wanting to eat cookies and throwing a massive tantrum when he doesn't get them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't keep giving him cookies. Jack Jack is an extremely picky eater.
Yeah.
Gamma Jack is also described as a favorite of the ladies, which I think you can also apply to Jack Jack.
I guess, yeah. It's not a bad argument. You're starting off good. You're starting off good. I don't know, I'm doing an accent.
The women who take care of Jack Jack clearly adore him.
But that's because he's a baby. Like he has the little border from the little secret files. It's cool.
What about tyrannical and megalomaniacal impulses? Well, doesn't that kind of sound like how Jack Jack is constantly and impulsively throwing violent tantrums? What does that mean?
It means fire, probably. It's the one. It's the one that I remember.
Seems to always go for the kill, just like Gamma Jack.
I remember I get such a big laugh whenever I see an audience react to the second movie.
Okay, so there are some surprising similarities here, but let's address the elephant in the room. Gamma Jack is an adult who died in the past, and Jack Jack is obviously a baby in the present. For this to work, there would need to be some kind of time travel involved. And while Jack Jack
You wouldn't be
is
wrong.
an extremely powerful super with many different reality warping powers, we never actually see him do anything that resembles time travel. The closest we maybe get is his weird ability to travel between dimensions. What the? Cookie! Cha-cha want a cookie?
Cha-cha.
Except, I think there might be more to this dimensional power than we think. In The Incredibles 2, Edna creates a device that can help
Give me a
track and
second.
manage Jack Jack's powers, and it can even be used to help find Jack Jack when he moves into the other dimension.
He vanished!
Okay, good. Here's the thing. See the... That's readout. Click it. See the readout. Dimension 4. So where is he?
Wasn't there another super that can go through dimensions or whatever the heck?
You'll see that the device
Hold
labels
on.
Jack Jack's dimension as 4D, as in the fourth dimension. A dimension that is commonly accepted to represent time. Meaning, when Jack Jack is warping through dimensions, he is actually traveling through time. Okay. So Jack Jack could have traveled back.
I know in the first, sorry, not the first, the second Incredibles, they really emphasize like how overpowered he is.
With this theory. If they're supposed to be the same person,
Okay, I think my
why
phone's
are
good.
their powers different? Maybe you could argue Jack Jack has some radiation-based powers, but
I'm sure there's some radiation involved with that. There's no doubt about that.
Many reality-warping god powers. And yes, that is true, but listen to how Edna talks about Jack Jack's powers.
Like all babies, he has enormous potential. It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young, but this little one has many.
It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young. She talks about it like all super babies can have multiple powers when they're young, but eventually they all grow up and narrow it down to just one or two. Director Brad Bird has also made similar comments about how Jack Jack's powers are because of the unlimited potential he has as a baby.
Babies are unknown, so they could be nothing. They could be everything.
I explained why all the Incredibles have their powers to my grandma once. And she like was like really taken by the explanation of like Bob is super strength because fathers are stereotypically like strong or whatever. And she just shouted, "Oh my gosh!" out loud, all crazy. A really great memory of my grandma. Just like shocking her with that fact. I don't know why that really scared her.
This also lines up with
Shocking her with that fact.
was close friends with Mr. Incredible.
Oh wow, that is him, isn't it?
Tried to hide his powers. A few of us had heard about him and approached him. Had to talk him into becoming a superhero. We had a club. The first club that wanted him to join. It makes sense. If Jack is trapped in the past, he'd probably want to be close to his dad and Uncle Lucius, even if he can't tell them who he really is. Okay, but does Jack actually
Got
have
trapped in the
Gamma
past.
Jack's
Makes sense.
powers?
Makes sense.
I mean, maybe his fire or laser powers are kind of similar, but is that really the same thing as having radiation powers? Well, let's take a look at what Gamma Jack's powers actually are. The
Tell me.
file's description is pretty vague, but based on his name and logo, I'm going to assume his powers involve specifically gamma radiation, which is a form of high-energy electromagnetic radiation. And guess what? We are told by Edna that one of Jack's powers is specifically electromagnetism. Gamma Jack's powers are based on electromagnetic radiation. Jack has electromagnetism powers. They can give Gamma Jack any form of radiation powers, but they specifically chose the type of radiation that Jack can control because they are the same person. Also, if you consider the Lego tie-in video games to be canon, we do see that Gamma Jack has the power of flight and specifically green lasers, which is also the exact same as Jack's.
Oh wow. I know the Lego game got a lot of attention.
Keep going at this point. Gamma Jack is Jack. This has to be intentional. Okay, so these characters line up really, really well to the point where I don't think that this is a coincidence anymore. Coincidence?
I think not. It's a great
There
line.
is still one final issue with this theory. Why would Jack, a sweet, adorable baby with two loving parents, good values, grow up to believe that supers are a superior race? Like, that kind of feels like the last thing Jack would ever believe. I mean, Helen even goes out of her way to tell her kids that having powers doesn't make you inherently better.
But Dad said our powers are nothing to be ashamed of. Our powers made us special. Everyone's special, Dash.
That's another way of saying no one is. I remember that line.
About superpowers, but he would definitely never call them a superior race. I mean, that is just.
I was gonna say that's just like. I was gonna say that's another level of like racism there. Syndrome or Edna.
You are a tiny dog. We are lucky to be in your presence.
Oh my goodness.
Believes that supers are gods, and they are above normal humans. She says it all the time, and she even seems disgusted by non-supers.
I think super about them spoiled stupid little stick figures with
Stupid little stick figures. That's interesting.
Okay.
But she's just like a normal person. What is she talking about?
Jack one time. How much could she possibly have rubbed off on him?
yes, you are a tiny god.
I know, yeah, she makes a whole like separate passcode for him.
Literally after one day with Edna,
One night.
starts acting exactly like her. Exactly like Gamma Jack.
Also mimics her appearance.
Was lucky to share the city with Super.
We are lucky to be in your presence.
Oh wow. He even had lines in the video game.
Any time after this for free.
But baby, this one all might be for free.
Holy shit, she is absolutely gonna mess this baby up. Well, there you go.
I know that was a short one.
Very strong case for Jack eventually becoming Gamma Jack.
It was a cute theory. It was a cute theory.
Jack will eventually be killed by one of Syndrome's robots. Maybe you could argue that's a good thing considering.
Maybe he discovered time travel back to his time.
I don't know. It could be possible. I do think that there's.
Oh my goodness! Why'd you put all that text there?
Robots. Maybe you could argue that's a good thing considering who he turns into, or maybe he somehow faked his death. I don't know. It could be.
Let's hear. What the hell did you write? You can actually make a very strong case for Gamma Jack faking his death it seems unlikely that a weaker version of the Omni Droid would be able to kill someone so powerful. Even oh my, I have to use my fingers to read this. Even if he didn't have all of Jack's powers, also, Bob was able to fool Syndrome into thinking he was terminated pretty early. Um, Offending on when Jack gets stuck in the past, he would likely know about how the Gamma Jack died, so he could have a foresight to avoid or fake his death. Gamma Jack's file says the National Supers Agency is closely monitoring him because of his threat level, so he would have a motive to try and fake his death to get the NSA off of his back. Oh, wow. Why couldn't you put this in the video? You put this for like 1 second. I have to read through all of that. But no, that's a convincing argument. I like that argument of just like, oh, yeah, you could fake his death so you can get them off of his case. That's I like that argument.
I do think that there's something kind of interesting about Syndrome killing Jack, but then later Baby Jack indirectly kills Syndrome.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like this poetic time loop. The Incredibles 3 is coming out in 2028. So I
Yeah,
guess
it is
we'll have to
2028.
wait and see if it supports or debunks my theory. You know, even if this was intentional at one point, I do kind of doubt that they'll ever bring back this pretty obscure Gamma Jack.
What is he? We're gonna say?
We'll see. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider checking out.
What are you gonna say? Okay, I thought he was gonna say like some kind of.
Intentional at one point.
I thought he was gonna say like one last like, but if you look in the background of this scene, what else does it say? If the Incredibles 3 debunks this theory, I'm sure you could find a way to still make it work. Even that Jack has both cloning and shapeshifting powers. Gamma Jack could be one of Jack's clones that got stuck in the past and shape shifts to look like him. I'm keeping this headcanon alive no matter what. Gosh damn it. That's great. So I guess that's the end of that.
I've got a pretty interesting take on that I don't think anyone has come up.
I'm curious which one I want to watch next. I don't know.
Do you really expect me to believe?
I don't know. Which one do I want to watch next? Because I think we have enough videos for basically like the next hour. Yeah, I would say so. So I think before I end this live stream, I'm probably going to react to the Twilight theory and then Cars immediately afterwards. I'm interested in this one because for the Cars one, because the Incredibles one, I didn't really seem to connect it to his like Pixar theory from one of his previous videos. But like with the Cars one, it definitely seems like it seems interesting. No, because he uploaded this, I want to say like around May 1st, and he took it down because of copyright. But then he added a little bit more stuff onto it. So I guess thank goodness for that copyright. I guess. Yeah, he added a little bit more. So yeah, so I'm gonna react to the Twilight one, and then maybe the what the hell are they called? The Teletubbies. The Teletubbies High School Musical on the Pixar one that I've been wanting to react to. Maybe I'll react to those next time I do like an Alex Bale stream or whatever. But yes, those are going to be the next two I'm going to do. And if the audio sucks in this stream, then I'm probably going to take the stream down and re-upload it with a better audio. By editing powers. But anyways, let's get into the Twilight one, which is another one that I remember he had to take down. I haven't seen it, but I remember he uploaded this and then it was taken down. He re-uploaded this because of copyright. Again, so sorry about that, Alex. It seems you struggle with that quite often. Twilight was all in Bella's head. Yes, seriously. I know I've seen bits and pieces of the Twilight movies. I never actually sat down and like watched one of them beginning to end. As I mentioned before, pretty much at the YouTube channel, I've watched them make fun of this those movies a lot. And I have a family member that's watched these movies before, but I don't know. Maybe I'll send this video to her to see what she thinks. But yeah, let's get into this. I'm excited for this one. This is pretty lengthy. Also, if I didn't say what my opinions were on the Incredibles one, I thought it was cute. It was a cute short theory. I don't have any greater opinions. I like the idea of Jack being Gamma Jack, and the conclusion he came to, like why he was like this crazy racist maniac, was because of Edna. But yeah, let's get to this.
Just get that out of the way. Any theory where everything happening in the story is all just.
I know Matt Pat dealt that FNAF. Oh no. I know Matt Pat dealt that FNAF. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I just had to check. Just again, checking my audio.
Usually don't have any
Oh yeah, the effed up SpongeBob one. He mentioned this in his what was it? His Blue's Clues video.
And I try to avoid
All these like dream
as much
theories.
as possible. But on the very rare occasion where there actually is an overwhelming amount of evidence to support them, then I think dream theories can be really fun. And believe it or not,
Inception.
but I think that
I watched Inception in my psychology class. Not a bad flick.
compelling undiscovered dream theories of all time. I am, of course, referring to the iconic 2000s vampire teen romance, Twilight.
He's wearing this shirt. Yeah, I definitely understand that of like it was all a dream, it never happened. All this stuff was like metaphorical for like whatever the character was going through. I understand how that can be like robbing to an audience. How many is this? This is even at 1 million yet. Wow, I'm actually shocked by that. I guess I missed out on this, but you know I'm watching it now from my live stream. But I can understand how like dream theories can be really robbing to an audience. You know, just like you set so much up of like a character going through an arc and other characters within that world also going through an arc, and to say all of it wasn't real. Like I can understand how like that was very that could be robbing to an audience. Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I like even with stuff like you know to bring Finance at Freddy's as an example once again, like you know Dream Theory at that, like the whole theory that the first 3 games never happened and they were all just in the mind of the crying child. In certain aspects, it's a charming, I wouldn't say it's a good theory, but it's a charming theory. It's a charming thought. But at the same time, it is kind of robbing towards various other elements that were set up in
I'm
other
not afraid
games,
to admit
you
that
know?
I like Twilight.
Oh,
I think
really?
these movies are really dumb and funny and iconic, and I just have this
Iconic.
nostalgic sweet spot for them.
I never really sat down and watched them begin to end.
Twilight, it's basically about an awkward new girl that's
Man, look at this, like look at like this filter they have over the camera.
But it turns out
It's a light blue filter.
who's in love with her. Like my own personal brand of heroin. But oh no,
It's so funny to me because he became Batman.
in love with her, and they fight because Bella is just so special and important, and literal wars are fought over her. Don't these movies kind of feel like a fan fiction Bella's writing about herself? So yes,
Maybe that could be the theory. It's a fan fiction she's writing about herself.
every couple of years. But on my most recent rewatch, I noticed something really about herself.
Sorry, again, checking my audio.
Something that made me question everything about these movies.
What did you question,
In
Alex?
first Twilight, after Bella discovers the truth about vampires and starts her forbidden love affair with Edward, there's this evil vampire guy that shows up and decides that he wants to kill Bella.
Her hat.
And the epic climax of the
No, that
movie
hat
is
does
a
not suit
final
her.
fight scene in an old ballet studio where the good vampires eventually defeat the evil vampire and burn his body in a big fire. But not before Bella gets injured and is hospitalized.
Oh, wow.
Bella
Wow,
then
it's like
wakes
the
up in a
ASMR.
hospital room with her mom, who thinks that she just fell down some stairs.
You fell down some stairs, despite the fact you have all these animal bites on you.
Now, obviously, this is a lie that they told Bella's mom. These movies are full of lies like this to keep the vampires existing.
Or maybe it's the truth.
And Bella is ultimately fine in the end, and they have a beautiful, happy ending where love wins.
Which one's the one they get married? Is it the beginning of the third one?
There's something
There's 4, right?
in the hospital room that doesn't quite make sense.
What?
Something that should be completely impossible.
Darling me.
The background of the room is an out of focus.
I was gonna say, what's that TV?
Seems to be playing footage of some kind of fire. But if you look really
What?
closely, you'll
Looks like a
realize
kiss.
this is actually footage from the previous scene.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, it is
I don't think I've ever seen like a movie do that.
from the vampire fight that just happened. There is no logical reason why
Maybe
this
it's a movie within a movie.
I mean, is this supposed to be like an Easter egg, or were they just so lazy
That's
about
compelling
it
evidence
on
right there.
TV that they, I don't know, reused footage? I mean, that's what I initially thought, but then I noticed there's something else in this hospital room. On the far wall, there is a painting of what looks like a ballet studio, which is also exactly where the
Oh,
previous
shoot.
scene took place.
It's almost 1-to-1 there.
This was clearly intentional. This was not a mistake or laziness. This took effort.
Yeah, you purposely were like copying one of the previous scenes. I didn't like the second live action Alice in Wonderland kind of do something like this, where it's like they do like a whole thing where it's like she's mentally insane, let's inject her. They did like some kind of scene like that.
I think that the lie about Bella falling down the stairs is the real reason why she's in the hospital. And the fiery vampire fight scene in a ballet studio that we just saw didn't actually happen. Let me explain.
Let me explain studios.
She was very confused and disoriented from her injuries, and she clearly had no memory of what actually happened.
What happened? You don't remember any of this, do you?
So what if her mind invented a fantasy using the first thing she saw? A painting of a ballet studio, a TV playing some random footage of a fire, and she used these elements to convince herself that the
I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Never seen these movies, but I'm liking this.
Vampire in a ballet studio, when in reality, she actually did just trip and fall down the stairs like her mother said.
Got 2 flights of stairs.
So yes, I am suggesting that the fight
I want to edit like some kind of like horrible hell screech when he's flying there.
in Bella's head. I mean, this honestly makes more sense with how clumsy we know Bella is in these movies.
Oh shoot! Oh, maybe she's always falling.
Explains why no one ever questions the massive bite mark Bella has on her arm. And also, isn't it weird that they went out of their way to show us footage of Bella falling down the stairs?
He tripped.
I know to emphasize.
Like, if this was just supposed to be a made-up throwaway lie, then they didn't really need to show it to us, right? I mean, the filmmakers probably put a lot of time and effort into this pretty difficult-looking stuff.
I was gonna say, I'm like, is that actually her? Is it like a stunt double?
It's just a lie, but showing it makes a lot more sense if Bella falling down the stairs is what actually happened, and the fiery ballet vampire attack was just a fantasy. I feel like there's a very
Is
good
it
chance
just
this is
fantasy?
actually what the filmmakers were going for. There are a lot of very specific intentional clues here. And that is my Twilight dream theory.
This cannot be the end.
Actually happened. Bella was just confused after falling down some stairs.
You have like 29 minutes left, Alex.
Make sure to like and subscribe. I will see you next
I
time.
already have.
If the entire climax of the first Twilight movie wasn't real, then what else?
Well, that's interesting.
Isn't real? Like, if they didn't fight in this ballet studio, then what happened to the evil vampire guy?
Also, the fact she has like a bite on her arm.
Did they ever defeat him? Is he still out there? Was he ever real? And also, them killing this vampire in this ballet studio is like a very major plot point for the rest of the franchise. There are several
I guess so.
movies where the entire conflict hinges on this.
I say I guess so, despite the fact I've never seen this.
Because of what happened specifically in this ballet studio. But if
So it's a canon event, you say?
happened, then none of it could have happened. And
Man, the
so
camera quality gets better and better as these movies go on.
about these movies. Are vampires even real? This scene tells us that Bella is an unreliable narrator. We can't trust anything that we see in these
Didn't he mention that in
movies.
this one of the Neptune SpongeBob theory? He's an unreliable narrator. The concept of unreliable narrator is like so strange, but it is also interesting.
That Bella is imagining. So yes, we are doing a dumb Twilight hallucination dream theory.
The Harry Potter one. Why is it? Look at that. It's the same damn thing of just like. How is the SpongeBob one realistic?
But before we get into the big stuff, I want to go back and take a look at what the actual story of Twilight.
I thought for a second he was gonna put an ad here.
Nothing supernatural is real. And again,
Okay.
it's okay if you're not fully.
Doesn't seem there's an ad here.
We're just gonna look at how this interpretation might change things. Also, I'm only gonna be talking about the movies in this theory.
Not the books, yeah.
I didn't read the books. Sorry.
Man, look at that cover.
So, in the first
Good thing I have YouTube Premium. My mom says it's a waste of money, but I say it's an investment. Take that, ads.
But then she hears about this mysterious cool guy named Edward Cullen, and for some
What's her name in this movie here?
staring at her from a distance. And
What's her name that plays Scott Pilgrim's sister and was in that really weird dummy show back in 2020.
Maybe it's because Edward is actually a
personal brand of heroin.
Or maybe it's because she was clearly
I like the little
music.
music.
First.
That
Also,
SpongeBob
she
music.
just came from gym class, so I don't know, maybe she doesn't smell that great right now. So everything that happens at the start of this movie can be pretty easily explained away. Bella doesn't actually witness anything undeniably supernatural until she almost gets hit by a car, but then Edward uses his vampire speed and strength to save her.
Oh shoot! Oh, look at his face.
But once again,
You're a delicious snack, aren't you?
Bella ends up in the hospital and she's given an alternate explanation for what happened.
How did you get over to me so fast?
I was standing right next to you, Bella.
No, you were next to your car.
I wonder if these, because this is still a good theory, but I'm like, I wonder if I would be a little bit more invested in this if I'd actually seen the movies.
You hit your head. I think you're confused.
She's told that she's just confused and disoriented from hitting her head, and Edward was actually just standing right next to her. Nothing supernatural actually happened. Again, we're supposed to assume that these are lies to hide the fact that
We're
Edward is a
supposed to assume.
vampire, but what if, just like
What
when
if it's
Bella
the truth?
down the stairs, Edward actually is telling the truth here, and Bella's memory of what happened is the lie?
You might experience post-traumatic stress or disorientation.
I mean, isn't it strange that all of the unambiguous supernatural things that happen in these movies don't start happening until after Bella gets into an accident and possibly hits her head?
Mhm.
It also feels like all of these supernatural things conveniently make Bella's life seem less awkward and embarrassing. Bella didn't clumsily fall down the stairs. She actually got attacked by a vampire in an exciting, epic fight scene. She didn't awkwardly embarrass herself in front of the guy she likes. He's actually a vampire who can't resist her, and he used his vampire powers to save her because he's in love with her. Don't these sound like excuses she's making up? Now look, I'm not trying to say that Bella is this sad, crazy person who can never accept her mistakes or flaws. I think
Never
she's
find love.
genuinely going through a tough time in her life, and this might just be a way for her to cope with things. Plus, she might have a head injury that's seriously affecting her perception of reality. So I do feel a lot of sympathy for Bella in this interpretation of the movie. From this point on, Bella keeps witnessing more and more supernatural things. And I think
On the
these could
platform,
all
yeah.
be fantasies that are fueled
to
by
put
the
that.
old local legends she hears about and late-night internet research that just ends up confirming her
Maybe a
biases.
paranoid her mind, like she's a YouTuber. Wink.
Oh my god, his hand was cold. That must mean he's a vampire. I mean,
I can't get voiceover there.
I can't criticize her. We even hear directly from Bella that during this time she's been dreaming a lot about Edward.
That's a little much.
That was the first night I dreamt of Edward Cullen.
And after Edward finally does,
Is this all still the first movie?
sparkly vampire, and Bella
I
accepts
can't
him
see
for
my
who he is, we literally immediately cut to Bella in her bed daydreaming.
Let me put my letters.
I mean, this transition really feels like that scene was all in her head. It's almost like Bella never actually interacted
good.
with the real
Good water.
Edward Cullen after their first couple of awkward encounters.
I'm afraid you'll have to stay in biology.
You just have to endure it.
Bella then
I feel like you
goes
put
to
that
Edward's
that
house
little
and
what do you call it effect on there
and
to
they
avoid
spend a bunch of
copyright.
romantic time together.
Again, yeah, I know you gotta take this one down.
After this, we get a really weird scene with Bella at a diner with just her dad, where they talk about how Bella is always alone.
What about any of these other yahoos in town? Anybody interested?
That's her father?
Yeah, I guess not. Just, I feel like I leave you alone too much. You should be around people.
I don't mind being alone.
Which is a really
Fantasizing about my vampire boys.
literally just spent a bunch of time with Edward and his family. And it's not like her relationship with Edward is this big secret, because right after this
Oh,
scene,
man.
she introduces
I had to get up
him
for a while because I've been sitting down for too long for the past 2 hours. It's gonna be 2 hours right now, and I've been streaming.
This conversation almost feels like a moment of truth is poking through.
2 hours
and Bella
right now.
briefly admits to herself that she's not actually spending time with a bunch of vampires. And then
Just edit the movie with just her lying around.
that we all love. And if you're wondering why Bella would imagine a vampire baseball game of all things, the scene right before Bella leaves with Edward to play is Bella on the phone with her mom talking about baseball.
So, how's all the baseball stuff going?
Oh, it's working so.
I thought I was gonna hit her for a second.
We're looking for a house to rent.
The ball flies from all the way over there, just hits her in the head in her house.
Fantasies are taking inspiration from her real life.
Maybe it's just her fanfic.
Happy spending time with her new husband and his new baseball career, so maybe that's why Bella imagined her own version of that happiness.
Oh, that's working so.
Another sound effect.
Then,
You should sample
of course,
that.
the evil vampire guy shows up and wants to kill Bella, so she has to run far away to keep herself and her father safe. But in order to convince Charlie,
Is this
to let her leave,
before
she says
her
something
fake coma or whatever? Or fake coma within the context of the movie?
But I can change that. We can get more stuff together.
Like what? Like watch baseball on the flat screen? Eat at the diner every night? Steak and cobbler? That's you. That's not me.
No.
Bella, come on. I just
Did you say aw?
Dad, you know, if I don't get out now, then I'm just gonna be stuck here like Mom.
That's what he said. I remember seeing that. Yeah, this is one part I've
We're
seen.
supposed to think that this is a lie she made up to protect him. But of course, we know that there is a very good chance everything about this evil vampire guy and Bella running away to have an epic fight in a ballet studio is the actual lie. So, in the moment, I do think Bella actually means what she says to Charlie here.
Dad, you know, if I don't get out now, then I'm just gonna be stuck here like Mom.
Now,
Yeah.
of course, Bella feels bad about this later, which is probably another reason why she'd invent a fantasy about an
We're
evil
almost
vampire
halfway
hunting.
through this.
I mean, it's not her fault she said those terrible things to her father. She's not a bad
Curious the
daughter.
more
She was
information we're
actually
gonna get.
protecting him from the evil vampire. She doesn't need to feel guilty. Again, I'm not trying to say that Bella is this terrible, irredeemable person. She's clearly going through a lot, and
Yeah.
after falling down some stairs, she does come back and apologize to her
After
dad.
pulling down
And
some
that
stairs.
is the story of the first Twilight movie without the supernatural. And again, it's
You can't fake me out this time. We're halfway through the video, Alex.
The saga is where everything really starts to click together. So let's take a look at Twilight New Moon.
New Moon's the second one. Okay. Again, I love the fact he's playing where he's getting this music from. I appreciate that.
Edward leaves Bella because he believes she'd be safer.
Edward leaves. That's the name of the song playing.
And this movie
Is he playing music from the actual movie? That's interesting.
And eventually getting closer with her friend Jacob, who then suddenly turns into a sexy werewolf guy who also loves her.
What the heck happened to his long hair between those scenes?
But in the end, Bella is
I had to get water from my
Edward,
fridge.
and they live happily ever after again. Now, New Moon is full of little things that line up really well with this theory. I'm just gonna quickly speed run through them. There's the way
Let's go.
Edward suddenly disappears when Bella's dad comes in the room.
He's a vampire, though.
Obviously, we're supposed to assume he used vampire speed, but it also kind of gives off a Bella was actually alone talking to herself vibe. Here's one I really like. Jacob gives Bella a dream catcher and holds it right in front of Edward, almost like we're symbolic.
That's funny. I like that.
There's also lots of lines after the breakup that really feel like they're directly telling us that the vampire boyfriend version of Edward and his family were never actually real.
That's horrible that she's just like stalking this poor guy she has a crush on.
I don't see Edward anymore. I don't really feel like he never existed.
Bella also has this wolf painting in her room before she finds out Jacob is a werewolf, so maybe that's another real-life inspiration example.
I wonder why they actually put those in the movie.
This movie, Bella gets
In that first movie with like that scene and stuff.
She hits her head.
Oh, you keep on hitting your head.
So
Ah, it must be horrible.
Have severe head trauma affecting her that she definitely does now. But the most interesting thing in this movie is the way that Bella unambiguously
Sorry, I don't like to think about head trauma.
Edward after he leaves. This is never
Was he a force ghost? What's going on?
Supernatural vampire thing. Bella is just straight up hallucinating, and now it's being directly acknowledged.
He's Obi-Wan Kenobiing her. To coming in and out, just saying all this like unuseful stuff. It's kind of useful, I guess.
I think that the true story of New Moon is really about Bella struggling to hold on to her fantasy and slowly coming to terms with her reality.
I don't see Edward anymore. I don't really feel like he ever existed.
Maybe the real-life, non-vampire Edward and his family did actually move away from Forks, and now their absence at school is making it harder for Bella to keep her epic vampire romance fantasy going. And now, when imaginary Edward does rarely appear, it's much more obvious to her that he's not actually real. There's specifically a moment when Bella revisits the field that she used to spend time with Edward in that really gives this feeling like she's actually realizing it was all a lie.
I will find a place where I can see him now.
Bella then realizes that the only way to get Edward and her fantasies to come back is by getting into more.
Who's that guy in the car? Or sorry, the bike.
Like the ones that originally started these delusions.
If a rush of danger is what it takes to see it, then that's what I'll do.
But it only works.
So she's intentionally just like hitting her head. I thought he was a ghost for a second.
A little more time with her real life friend Jacob, and a little less time focusing on the vampire Edward fantasy.
I wish I could tell you about Jake. He makes me feel better. He makes me feel alive.
And it seems
Man, that
like
ghost
she
effect is
might
like ruining everything for me now. Everyone just looks like a ghost.
and finally be willing to let go of all of these supernatural fantasies.
The hole in my chest.
Is he editing the movie like that to have the trees in the background, or is my Switch glitching out? I'm gonna assume that's an Alex thing.
Something changes. As Jacob and Bella get closer, it becomes clear that Jacob wants something more romantic from her. But Bella, understandably, isn't really interested in something like that right now.
I cannot believe he was a short boy and all of a girl kid.
Well, I can hold your hand. Please, don't do this.
Why?
Because you're about to ruin everything.
Is he real? Is that what you're gonna say, Alex? Is he real?
Jacob decides to leave Bella and completely stop talking to her.
Jake, your dad says you have mono. He won't let me visit, but
I wonder if he's putting like the forest imagery over it that has something to do with the copyright. I'm curious if that has anything to do with that.
No pressure. Jacob?
Maybe that's why my audio is shit right now, so I won't deal with copyright.
Very tough and confusing for Bella, and it's very similar to what she experienced with Edward at the start of the first movie. And I think this unfortunately leads to Bella backsliding into her fantasies again, because the very next time she sees Jacob, oh look, he suddenly looks completely different. And oh, he's also a sexy werewolf now, and he was actually just avoiding Bella to protect her, just like Edward.
I like that ring around, not the ring around the rosy, but that little music he's using there.
Happy again, yay!
I'm a Bowie.
Pretty much exactly what happened in the first movie. Bella felt alone and embarrassed, and she.
I'm assuming the next one he's gonna cover the last one or two.
Big supernatural fantasy took over her life. I even feel like it's the same situation where she never actually saw the real Jacob again, and everything after him shutting her out is a complete fantasy, just like Vampire Edward.
The muscles are a fantasy.
Werewolf Jacob back in her life is not enough for Bella this time. She still wants Edward back too.
I'm alright. Until I'm alone. But I realize where I have to go. What I have to do to see him again.
So now she's convinced herself.
These movies are very clingy, aren't they? Clingy. Sorry, I can't say it correctly.
And Bella decided to jump off of an extremely dangerous cliff.
I'm sorry, what? His acting, please. I see why this is a guilty pleasure. The Star Wars prequels have better acting. No, I like the prequels.
Bella accidentally hits her head.
No.
Unconscious, and it seems like she's about to actually drown. But then things Jacob is able to suddenly show up out of nowhere and pull her out at the last second. And she
I like that filmography. I think that's really neat. Wait, so he said in real life that was the last time they met?
And also, her plan seems to have worked because she's immediately given an opportunity to be fully reunited with the vampire Edward in another epic climax, this time set in Italy.
What the hell is all this, like, people in red robes?
Happily ever after, and that is the story of
Isn't that what it's all about?
Except, just like last time, there's another very strange hidden detail that heavily implies that the climax.
What are you gonna say this time?
Also wasn't.
What are you gonna say this time? What happens? What happened?
Believe this theory yet.
What, they're all gonna have his face? They're all gonna have the same face.
At the start of New Moon,
What is
Bella
it?
is learning about Romeo and Juliet in school, and she's specifically watching the scene where Romeo falsely believes Juliet is dead, so he takes his own life. Oh my God.
Interesting. The teacher's all into it. That's great.
And this is pretty much exactly what happens later in New Moon's climax. Edward falsely believes Bella drowned.
I mean, yeah, basically.
So he tries to expose his sparkly vampire skin.
I remember that, yeah.
Evil head vampire guys to kill him.
Oh my goodness.
This does work really well with my theory.
To be fair, I think actual real world is probably because, you know, George Lucas, it rhymes, it rhymes.
I'm gonna pretend like this is the most mind-blowing smoking gun ever.
I mean, it's interesting, it's compelling.
Pretty basic.
Man, bright light.
Lots of shows and movies have done this exact same thing.
Yeah.
They do it in Breaking Bad. They do it every fucking 10 seconds in Stranger Things.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it's just foreshadowing the ending.
This example, different from any of your other standard run-of-the-mill foreshadowings, is the Romeo and Juliet book that Bella was reading.
What?
A book that we only see for a few seconds.
There's no words. He's gonna say something like that. There's no words.
Really closely.
Oh wow, the Red Hoods.
The exact same red cloaks that everyone is wearing in the climax.
Interesting.
The same exact fucking building that the climax
Okay.
takes place in.
That's neat. That's
This
neat.
building is the evil head vampire lair that shows up in all of the future Twilight movies.
Vampires have nothing to do with Romeo and Juliet.
Coincidence or foreshadowing. This is literally an exact photo of what will happen at the end of this movie, just like with the ballet studio. Bella read the book and saw this cover, and that's what she used to imagine this entire fake.
I know, she just had a dream.
There is no other explanation for this. The vampires and the werewolves in these movies are all inside of Bella's head. I am sorry if that ruins the fun of Twilight for you, but the evidence here is pretty hard to argue with. Okay, so after New Moon, it seems like Bella fully embraces her fantasy forever. Because going forward,
Embrace each other. The CGI baby. I remember that.
To being large-scale, epic, supernatural Marvel movies where tons of crazy stuff is always happening.
I know the last one gets very
What's
very weird.
Bella's real life. And this is about where I planned on ending this video because it felt like everything in this theory was wrapped up pretty nicely. But there was still something that was bothering me.
What?
A single question that I've been trying to ignore because it implies something really far out there and uncomfortable, even for this already insane video.
What? What is it?
But unfortunately, I couldn't stop myself from asking this one final question.
What?
How exactly did Bella get out of the water at the end of New Moon?
Come on, that's music again. Part 3. Water theory.
Well, obviously, Jacob pulled her out at the last second, right?
Because he mentioned before, he probably just like left her after the fact.
But if you believe my theory, then you know there's a pretty good chance Jacob isn't real. At least the short hair fantasy werewolf version of Jacob. The real Jacob seems like he's been out of Bella's life for some time now. So, again, how exactly did she survive? In fact, There's actually a lot of really suspicious things about Bella's escape. I mean, there's the way that Jacob just kind of comes out of nowhere at the last second, even though he had no idea she was doing this. And then there's the fact that Edward believed that Bella died in the water.
Bella, Edward, you think she died?
Why did he believe this? It's a little convoluted. His vampire sister Alice has the ability to see visions, but apparently she can't see werewolves in these visions. So
Or
she only saw
illusions.
Bella unconscious in the water, and not the part where Jacob pulled her out.
Would you like to explain to me how you're alive? I saw
That's her
a shadow.
sister?
You jumped off a cliff. I didn't see you get pulled out of the water either. I can't see past you and your pack of mutts.
Except
What?
this makes no fucking sense, because the
Swearing.
final Twilight movie literally ends with Alice seeing a vision of Jacob.
Wait, what?
So Jacob being a werewolf clearly isn't the reason why she never saw him pull her out. What if the reason for all of these contradictions is because Bella was never actually pulled out of the water?
066 fade.
Bella actually drowned.
No.
So yeah, this is the dumb idea that I couldn't
How
stop
much longer is
thinking
left of
about.
this?
What if Bella actually died after
Oh, not much.
at
Huh.
the end of New Moon, and everything
Like
after
5-ish
this
minutes.
is just something she's imagining in her final moments.
Yeah,
So yes, I am officially committing to a dumb.
I thought he was gonna go a little bit more into the third movie.
Or whatever. And yes, I know it sounds like a stretch even for this video, but you gotta admit there's something kind of interesting about it. It explains why
And
the
that
series
is-
has such a shift into full-on fantasy blockbuster after this movie.
I
And
guess so.
These movies already have a precedent for your life flashing before your eyes when you're close to death. So it's not too far-fetched that Bella would be imagining years worth of things in this one little moment. And even the story of Twilight after New Moon kind of lines up with what Bella would be experiencing in the water. One of the main focuses in these movies from now on is whether or not Bella will be turned into a vampire and the consequences of that.
I have to figure out what to tell people, and I will never see me again. I don't care.
That's sad.
Who your human life is. Will always be this, frozen, never moving forward.
You wouldn't have to change for me, Bella, or say goodbye to anybody. On one hand, she'll get to live forever in a fantasy vampire world, but she'll have to give up her life and leave everyone she cares about with them believing she died.
Is that Charlie?
Eventually, we'll have to
That ring scared me for a second. I thought my phone went off. Even though it sounds nothing like my ringtone, because I don't want my life being interrupted.
Bella is facing here in the water, as she's on the brink of losing her life and her loved ones forever.
I will never see me again.
Eventually, we'll have to tell him you didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a lot of repeated water and cliff imagery after this point.
Okay, this is
almost
interesting.
Like a constant reminder of Bella's real circumstances is bleeding through.
I was gonna say this part's not really grabbing me as much, but this part's interesting.
Into water, and then
All the
a
jumping
song
off the
plays in
waters.
the background that says "Only a Dream." I think
Aw.
specifically the idea of Bella's dad grieving her after her death is an especially big source of guilt that's manifesting in her fantasy. And we even get a supposedly fake imaginary visual representation of what that would look like.
What? Oh no, you're telling me this is reality?
But just like with them showing us Bella falling down the stairs, I think there's a good chance that
No.
this memory vision is actually what happened, and everything else is the lie. And
I
look,
see.
I know this final death theory is pretty far out there, but I still have one final thing to share with
Hit
you
me.
that I think you'll find very.
That's right, the baby CGI.
interesting. Right after
Animate him as
we're
W.D.
shown this
Gaster.
funeral, we cut to Jacob speculating about how vampire Bella might fake her death, and listening closely to what he says.
What, drowning?
Maybe they'll say she was in a car crash. Or tripped and fell off a cliff. Maybe they'll say
Oh, come on.
she tripped and fell off a cliff. And he is saying this literally at the same La Push beach where Bella jumped.
Yeah.
Tripped and fell off a
So is that reality? Well, that's just kind of depressing because it's just like Twilight's a Sudoku story.
Whether you want to believe this little extra final drowning theory, but I think there's some pretty compelling evidence for it. And of course, even though Bella's guilt and struggles do manifest here, ultimately this is
Yeah, I would say
still
this theory is
a
okay.
wish fulfillment fantasy where everything gets to work
I'm
out.
not like really a Twilight
So
person, so
Bella
I'm like,
doesn't actually lose Charlie, and
I would say
everyone
it's kind of the opposite of the
and I
Barney
think
theory.
that
Which one was
is a
the theory that I said was really
nice,
good in
comforting
it was,
final thought for
or
Bella
Cocoa Puffs?
as she
It was really good in the second half and not as much in the first half.
And that is my Twilight Dream theory. I know it is very sad and very dark, but at the end of the day, it's just a new way to look at these movies, so you can take it or leave it. But I think it adds a lot of interesting new layers on a rewatch. I'm sure I will keep making more dumb dream theories that end with a character having a final.
Well, Law and Order is kind of like a different. The Law and Order one, I probably should upload my reaction to that one. There's like a different level of ridiculousness to that one. That music keeps on using. I was gonna say he's gonna end this like a jump scare. I think I had this song on one of my playlists somewhere. This was used in a Slug Up episode.
I'm Team Edward, by the way.
Oh, come on.
Curious. I was Team Jacob for a bit, but once he imprinted on the baby, then I
I was gonna say, did he leave like a little cute end credits thing? That theory was okay. It's one of those things where like the first half of it, I'm like really like, oh, where you going with this? Where you going with this? But like, I don't know, I feel like the more it went on, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's also one of his longer ones. At least I've reacted to here. So I guess before I end the stream, I'm going to react to the Cars one, which I'm rather interested in. This one I think originally was like 16 minutes, but he added a bunch of new content to it. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I'd probably say this is the one I am one of the most excited for. I skipped that whole intro. He sounds like Alex Bale. What you gonna say, Alex? What you gonna say? I know he teased this in the Blue's Clues video.
Cars is a weird franchise. The world in the
I'm actually excited for this one.
Ours, except for the small detail that everything is cars instead of humans. Which is a very weird premise for a movie franchise, and it only gets weirder the more you think about it.
I like the Mexican
Here
one.
are just a few things that everyone always loves to bring up. In Cars 2, we see a car Pope.
I know he has a Pope.
So car
The
Pope-mobile. Which implies there was a Jesus Chrysler who died for our car sins. There is a Cars TSA, which implies Cars 9/11 probably.
Oh no!
There is a World War II Army veteran car. So
which implies World War II happened, yeah.
Car Hitler and every
Car Hitler. What kind of car would he be?
Endless discussion about these movies, and the question that everyone loves to ask.
So does like every war that's happened in our world happen in theirs? Like a car of Vietnam?
How can cars exist without humans? Everything about the way they look has clearly been specifically designed by
Car Hitler, like he was racist against other cars.
What purpose do these tiny little door handles have in sentient car world? So because of this, a lot of people like to believe that Cars takes place in some kind of.
I'm curious if the whole "you was there too" has to do with it.
Maybe there was an AI smart car uprising, or maybe somehow the humans became their cars, or whatever.
Oh shoot, the reference to Hoppers. I haven't seen Hoppers yet. I was out in Florida.
Not even the creators all have conflicting things to say
Yeah.
about this franchise.
I've seen the behind the
I
scenes.
think the answer is actually pretty obvious. Everything is cars. And when I say everything, I mean everything. The animals in this universe are cars. The plants are
I remember Matt Pat made a fun video about that.
and clouds are car or
Oh
vehicle
shoot,
shaped.
the cactus one was pretty
This is a world
shocking.
Where just humans were replaced by cars. This is a world where everything, even the physical world itself, is car-shaped. We can even see a periodic table for just a few seconds in the background.
Oh no, what was he gonna say?
That's been renamed to the automotive table of elements. And it's unfortunately too small and blurry to read.
You could see like a car on the top.
There is a full-size version of this poster in Disney California's Cars.
Oh wow, that's attention to detail right there.
The elements themselves have been renamed to car puns, and I like to think that this implies
Carbon.
on an atomic level, the elements themselves that make up this universe are also car-shaped.
That's interesting. Like every single. Oh, that's disturbing.
Things are car-shaped, and I think there are two possible explanations as to why. You can either take a carvolutionist perspective and assume
Carvolutionist.
where the car shape just happens to be the most efficient shape for survival.
Oh, come on. They even did that. There's a fish cars. I guess a boat, a submarine, whatever the hell you'd call it.
Different animals can independently evolve into crabs because the crab shape is just so badass.
I think I remember hearing something about that. I think the same thing applies to rats.
Powerful car god out there that has shaped and renamed the world into his image. We do know there is religion.
I mean, yeah, there's religions. I would assume Buddhism and Islam as well. Did they actually say that? I don't remember that.
So that is my
The manufacturer.
on all of these cars theories. I am sorry if that's not as fun or dark and edgy as
so far, I'm liking this theory. I'm liking this one a lot.
But I think it's undeniably what the actual movies themselves support. Now that basically covers all the
I
stuff.
solved it. Yeah, so many people have had thrown their own hat in the ring.
But the real reason I'm making this video is because there's still something that most cars theories.
Weren't they gonna make a Cars 4? They like leaked that at one of like the Disney conventions.
Doesn't exist because it makes the weird and convoluted Cars franchise look tame in comparison. Yes, that is correct. This is no longer a Cars theory video. This is a theory about Mater's tall tales.
What the hell is this music? I remember these shorts.
So Cars is a weird.
Because I know the whole "you was there too" is where this is coming from. I remember liking those shorts. Those shorts are cute.
Doing normal things, except for when it comes to Mater. My name's Mater. Yeah, like Mater.
This movie looks so good for 2006.
Best friend, and he's kind of a dumb, lovable.
I don't know. I feel like best friend's a very strong word.
Or I guess maybe in a mansion. They kind of retconned it in the new Disney Plus show. And he's just a pretty normal, simple guy. He won 3 piston cups.
He did what in his cup?
Except for the fact that he keeps accidentally
I vaguely remember that
ending up
joke.
in weird, impossible situations.
Yeah, I know in the Mater Tales or whatever, yeah, he goes all these crazy.
International spy for the entire movie.
You mean like church, like the good neighbor, Mater.
I forgot that they did State Farm.
And if you thought Cars 2 was a weird departure for the Cars franchise, well then prepare yourself for the insanity that is Mater's tall tales.
Does he meet like a UFO with like his teeth at some point? Yeah, I know he was a firefighter at some point.
Featured Mater telling Lightning McQueen different convoluted stories from his life, like the time he became a fire truck, or a wrestler, or an astronaut, or when he met aliens,
Yeah.
or was literally time traveled. And
Just
obviously, you
sneezes.
assume that these are all just made up stories because they're called.
I remember, yeah, the whole thing is at some point Lightning McQueen was there.
Always proven to be true. That did not happen. Houston has another problem. That did not happen. Mater, there's no such thing as time travel.
Oh, by the way, I never did get a chance to thank you for introducing me instead. And that's
When were these? Like 2012, 2013, around the time Cars 2 came out?
Weird non-canon shorts. They aren't necessarily connected to the main.
Yeah, they're cute. I like them.
We care about, right?
Why is Lightning McQueen the front and center of the second one, even though it barely has anything to do with them?
That monster truck Mater did actually.
Oh, wow.
The creators had a chance to distance themselves from Mater's
I really like
instead
when they do
decided to
background
double down
sets.
and make them officially canon.
Pixar is really great in details.
Something that happens in all of these shorts is halfway through every episode when Lightning McQueen questions the stories. Jumping Carburetor Canyon? No way.
I don't know why this reminds me of one of the SpongeBob ones.
You was there too? What? Hey, buddy, you really
The
expect
teeth.
me to believe that? Well, you should. You was there too. Mater reveals that Lightning was also in all of these stories, despite him having no memory of being there. Well, don't you?
What are you trying to say, Alex?
What? But remember, we know these stories are true, so why doesn't McQueen remember? Well, there is a funny theory that Lightning McQueen might have dementia.
He has dementia. What the heck? Well, I think all these take place before Cars 3. I remember Cars 3 really shocking 11-year-old me. That's like, oh my goodness, he's gonna die? Yeah, just look at that. It's like freaking like sad and realistic.
But there's one small
It like goes through like depression in the third one.
Mater becomes an astronaut and goes to the And later, we of course reveal that Lightning McQueen was there too. No way.
Yes, way.
I feel a little bit more sucked into this one.
But there's a very strange detail at the start of this episode that doesn't quite make sense.
Lay it on me,
Before
Alex.
Mater gets his astronaut suit, why is he blue? Now, this isn't the first time we've seen Blue Mater. In Cars 1, there was a brief flashback that showed Radiator Springs in its prime.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, yeah. I remember he was a different color. That's such a sad scene.
Blue Mater story must have taken place around that time. But this doesn't make sense because Lightning McQueen only met Mater after he was covered in years worth of dirt and old dents.
Morning, Sleeping Beauty. I was wondering when you was gonna wake up.
He never knew Mater when he was blue. So how could he have possibly been in this story? So
But he has time travel. It was established earlier.
Still doesn't make sense.
You can solve anything with time travel.
To make Mater blue in this short, the creators put in extra effort here just to make their story make less sense. But why? And it's not even just Lightning that doesn't remember this. In Cars 1, Mater says this about a road Lightning made.
It's like it was planned by angels.
Oh, I tell you what, I bet even the roads on the moon ain't just blue.
Interesting.
I bet even the roads on the moon ain't this.
Well, it's not like a proven thing that he's been to the moon at this point.
Mater already been to the moon? Isn't I bet kind of a weird thing to
Yeah,
say?
I bet. That implies that he doesn't even know.
It seems like even Mater himself had no memory of this story. A story that is proven to be true.
Does he also have dementia?
Houston has another problem. So, how does any of this make sense? It's almost like
What was the
these
title of that
stories
song there on Name
only
Roots?
become true after Mater tells them. Which
I see.
implies that
Mater has really reality warping god powers. What is this music he's using?
look at the way Lightning reacts when we reveal he's also in the stories.
Well, don't you remember you was there too?
He was there
You
too.
was there too? What? That was much compared to you.
It's not like he'd been there the whole time.
I guess so. Actually, that's an interesting interpretation right there. That he's just kind of like warped reality to make it so.
Just because Mater said the words, you was there too.
Yeah, just copy his voice.
And then there's also the fact that even though these stories presumably take place many years ago in many different places, every
those two
single
chicks.
time, as soon as Mater finishes telling them, something from the story coincidentally appears right next to them. Mater did not.
No, Doctor.
That's not how.
What?
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
That's interesting. I'm like, that's a fun interpretation.
Act of Mater telling
Of he's just warping reality and making it to whatever he wants.
implies that somehow
So you telling me he's the reason car universe is all cars because he wants it like this?
just by speaking.
Yep, storm's on its way.
I've never heard this interpretation. Good interpretation.
Listen, I know this idea sounds really
It's like that one kid from Twilight Zone that just has the power to manipulate reality or
the
whatever.
entire Cars franchise,
The entire like town fears him.
suddenly, a lot of the weird inconsistencies in this dumb franchise start to make a lot more sense.
Good
Let's start
timing.
with something small like Mater's birthplace changing. Originally, we were shown that he was born in Radiator Springs. You've never been outside Radiator Springs, have you? Nope. But in the new Disney Plus show, Cars on the Road, we are told that he was.
They did the thing they did with Joseph in SNL. They're like, he's rich.
But let's go back and take a look at the first time
I forgot about that show.
Radiator Springs learned about this.
Mater's a complicated guy.
Mater clearly just told them the story about his family and where he grew up. A story that nobody knew about before. Wait a minute. You have a sister? But now is suddenly proven true. You grew up here.
But I want to see his family.
Just like Mater's tall tales. I think this continuity error was caused by Mater's reality warping powers.
That's a good retcon. What year did it say he was born there?
We can see a photo of
Hold on, I want to look that back again.
Wait a minute. You have a sister? But now it's suddenly proven true. You grew up here? And just like Vader's tall tales, I think.
What does his birth certificate say? It says what the heck am I? Joe Mater, date of birth 1957. Oh my goodness, he's old. So he would have been like 49 when the first movie takes place, like in 2006 or whatever. I think it's 2006 that first movie happened. Let's see, expires. What? Or did it say 2000 December 5th, 2005, and the expiration 2015. Okay. Sorry,
This continuity error was caused by Vader's reality warping powers. In the first
Or you can connect him back to another character in like another Pixar movie and say he just warps reality to be what he wants it.
Later in Cars on the Road, we see it's now been changed to Carhenge. So why is this structure so?
Yeah, and all shaped like cars.
Well, why did McQueen and Vader go to Carhenge in the first place? Did we pick the last?
Where the heck is Hinge?
Because it was Vader's idea.
This is like the imagination theory all over again. It's just like whatever I want, it happens.
Okay, but these are just little inconsistencies. What about something big? How about the fact that the Cars franchise, a pretty simple series about cars racing each other, suddenly decided to make an entire movie about
I know, I guess you could also be like, I want to go on an adventure.
International spy.
Racing. And then complicated spy thriller. And then the third one, racing.
Doesn't that sound more like the plot of a Vader's Tall Tale? Well, actually,
I guess so.
look at what happens at the end of the movie.
I wonder if that movie inspired that, just like he just goes on crazy adventures.
So there we was, we was gone. But then, out of nowhere, this beautiful spy car swoops in from the sky to say,
That's a very entertaining story, young man.
Oh, Minnie, please, come on.
Minnie.
This happened.
There, you're quite right. It does sound a bit far-fetched.
this holy shit play.
I'm Mate's girlfriend.
That joke is still funny. Because it's just so much like, what the heck? This is a really interesting theory.
I'm Mate's girlfriend.
And it all happened just because Vader spoke it into
Yeah, he willed it.
This theory literally makes the
He willed it
insanity
into
of
existence.
Cars 2 make more sense.
You mean like church ain't like a good neighbor, Vader is there.
He created
Dumb
State Farm.
joke also makes so much more sense now because Vader has the exact same powers from those State Farm commercials. Like a good neighbor.
Now he's connected to State Farm. I don't remember that one. Okay, maybe I do. I don't know. He's connected to State Farm. Like, I'm sure that must have been like a marketing thing.
And I believe that he has been secretly manipulating the events of this entire franchise for his own benefit. Now, I don't really have any strong evidence to prove this, but to me, the start of the first Cars movie also kind of feels like another tall tale.
So did he will him to come to him? Because even the whole like was it the semi accidentally dropping him off.
Happens to accidentally get stuck in the same town as Vader.
Good thing the stream's gonna end soon.
Best friends for
With my
life,
Switch
and
is
he
dying.
decides to never leave because Vader is just so cool. That just kind of sounds like something Vader would make up.
You look so
to
nice in that
manifest
picture.
a famous best friend.
Look at that.
I made a good choice. And what? My best friend.
Aw.
Also, the way that lightning gets stuck in Radiator Springs requires so many insane.
I guess so. A lot of like what do you call it, domino pieces just like falling over each other. When you really think about it.
Both Lightning and his transport truck Mac needed to fall asleep at this exact
This
part of
music.
the interstate, and also at the same time, these random hooligans needed to show up and decide to mess with Mac.
I'd probably say this is one of my favorite theories from him in this video so far.
Also, this Lightning McQueen toy needed to fall at the right time and land on this specific button that
Mhm.
opens the back of the truck. And also, also, this guy needed to sneeze at this exact moment.
Yeah, those hooligans.
And also, there needed to be a similar looking red truck.
I ain't no Mac.
Driving towards Radiator Springs. And also, this cop needed to be here, and his engine needed to be backfiring, which caused lightning.
I know, yeah, the whole. That's also a great joke in the original Cars. He's shooting at me.
Which finally caused them to imprison Lightning in the town with Mater.
User too. What?
Every single one of those insane coincidences needed to happen at that exact moment for Lightning McQueen to meet Mater and become his best friend. Which honestly makes more sense if it was all somehow actually divine intervention from Mater.
I brought you here with my powers.
How did Mater obtain this god power? I honestly do not know. And believe me,
I was gonna think he was gonna go with it like he willed the Cars world to be Cars.
Mater just has this ability to change
I don't believe you.
for some unexplained reason.
You're gonna connect him to Syndrome from Incredibles, aren't you? What are you gonna do, Alex? He always uses that music when he's like, I guess I came to the end of the theory.
You know what? Good for him. We can even see in the
Good for
Cars 2
you.
credits that after the movie they travel the weird car-shaped world together.
I'm surprised the pyramids aren't shaped like wheels or whatever. There's not wheels on top of them. Did that mountain look like his face?
So thank you very much for watching.
What is it? What are you gonna do?
Hang on a second. Is this world's Matterhorn shaped like Mater?
I just noticed that. I'm like, is he gonna bring that up?
And you know, look, it's even been renamed to be
Materhorn. I didn't notice that.
all-powerful car god out there that has
See? He willed the entire world to be car shaped.
Is Mater the reason why everything is cars? Is Mater just straight up God?
Mater's God. What is this music?
So, in the Cars franchise, everything is cars.
I knew he was gonna go there.
One contradiction
I didn't know
to that
about the
shows up
dinosaur.
repeatedly in almost every piece of Cars media, the Dinoco logo. Dinoco
Oh, yeah,
is one of
Dinoco.
the racing brands that shows up all the time in this
Like I say, he's like a
franchise, and their
reincarnation of a
logo is
dinosaur or whatever.
silhouette of a big dinosaur. But it's not the dino cars that we've seen in museums. It's clearly just a regular non-car.
I guess so. And that connects back to Toy Story.
Everything is car.
That's the gas station that Andy leaves Buzz and Woody.
Some kind of car god that shaped the world into cars. Why would he be so inconsistent with dinosaurs? It's a strange thing to leave out. It's almost like whoever created this world didn't know much about dinosaurs. Huh. Does that
Interesting.
remind you of anyone?
I don't know much about these dino things. What happened to the dinosaurs now? I don't know much.
Oh, shoot. I remember that joke. What happened to the dinosaurs now?
Well, that come McQueen, boy, I tell you what.
What the hell?
Like me some cars. Wouldn't it be fun if everything was cars? I don't know about that, Mater. That doesn't really make any sense. Well, shoot, you should know, McQueen. You was there too. What?
Just turns into a car. That's great. You was there too. And that was the Cars theory. I like that one. I thought that was a really good theory to end them all. At least for this video, I'm missing the dark side of the Pixar bloopers. The Cars theory, I would say of all the videos I've reacted to here from him today, that was probably the best one. You was there too. Oh yeah, they also did a Star Fox Direct. I guess a lot of people are kind of disappointed at that. Can't wait to watch Internet City's reaction. Look in the description to their video probably. Again, sorry if there's any like technical difficulties with like audio and stuff during this live stream. I probably if it's like really atrociously bad, I probably will just private it and re-upload it with better audio. But no, this is There was a really good video by Alex Bale. I really liked it. Man, it's already 10:08 when I start this live stream, like at 7:30, 40, somewhere around there. But yeah, no. If I had to rank them, let's see here. High School Musical, I'll probably react to that the next time I do one of these videos. I'm so proud of the thumbnail I did for this. Number one. Number two would be the Cocoa Puffs one, and this is specifically the videos I watched for this video. 3, 4, and then 5. I didn't care for the Twilight one that much. It wasn't a bad theory; it was a good theory, but I feel like there wasn't. Maybe because I wonder if it is because I'm not a Twilight fan or whatever. Maybe that's why I'm like designed up meat on the bone for me to suckle on. You don't suckle meat. That was even weird for even me. But no, I really like that. I think it was a good choice for me to end off with the Cars one. The Cars one is really good. Again, I haven't seen the Pixar one yet. Well, we're gonna be in for a treat next time with these longer ones with the High School the Musical. What is it? Where's he going at this one? Didn't he say he had a theory that like High School Musical is connected to like Breaking Bad? I could have swore. Didn't he like make a claim like that? Who made that claim? I feel like someone made that. I've heard that once before. Breaking Bad is connected to High School Musical, and I know he's been wanting to make a Breaking Bad theory, but that keeps on getting delayed with like other more popular theories that people want. Also, again, check out Don't Feed the Muse. It's one of my favorite energies on the internet ever. Yeah, Pixar bloopers. I actually recorded a little bit of like the first 5-10 minutes of that, but I never finished it. I'm curious what he has to say about the Cars world for the Pixar bloopers, because I think he insinuates that not all the Pixar movies take place in one universe, but it's a multiverse, which is just interesting to see. I'm curious. He didn't mention in the other 2 Pixar movies he did with The Incredibles and Cars, but yeah, no, I really like that Cars one. That was really interesting, the conclusion he came to at the end of there. But yeah, I guess that's it for this live stream. And to end this off, I have a song here. Hold on. I don't know which version of this I should use. I will leave a link to this song in the description. Stop talking to me in the past. No, silence. Sorry, you can hear my voice echoing. But anyway, thank you all for watching. And expect me to make a Deltron theory that's probably going to be in a similar vein. Maybe not as insane, but similar vein in editing to Alex Bale's, because I love his. Man, you are a hero to me, Alex. You are a hero, Mr. Bale. Hold on. Oh my god, stop talking to me during this live stream. Stop talking. Oh my goodness, that music got really scary. I wanted to react to the what the heck is going on, but I don't want to get copyright striked because I know he submitted that to various film festivals. So just to be safe. Who the hell's still talking? That's me. Stop talking to me. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the stream. I'm gonna end it off with this music. No comments.